Alrighty. I can't exactly explain why I'm choosing to do this. I mean, it's a kind of chill December day, one of the last days of December, the last days of this year, and yeah, I don't know. There's just something childlike, I think, about gaming in the morning, even if it's a late morning. This is an adult morning. You know, if you're kids, you know, when we were kids, we wake up at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. We start gaming, and had I thought of that, actually, I would have liked to do that, but I didn't get to bed until pretty late last night. So we actually had a tornado touch down about 4 miles away, knocked the power out for the most of the day, and so I had to scramble to get stuff done when the power finally did come back on. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Oh, put the earbuds. I want to hear this music. I do like the music. Now, anytime you get stuck in a game, you're wandering around in a game, the music's gonna get old. That's just how it goes. Even in Mario 3, as much as I love that like the song that plays on the very first level of Mario, you know, it's a great song. It's poppy and it's very nostalgic, and I love it. But when you hear that in World 7 on like 4 different levels that are all just kicking the crap out of you somehow, I'd still like to think that on a good day I could have cruised through World 7, but that's neither here nor there. You know, the music can get old, but in general, I think Final Fantasies, so far, the ones that I've played, they all have tracks, not all of them necessarily, but a lot of tracks that I would like to, you know, that are worth me seeking out, going, hey, how do I get the soundtrack for this? Because they're gorgeous pieces of music. And Final Fantasy VII does definitely have that, so anyway, without further ado. Oh, yeah. And it kind of belies its gritty nature. Hey, Inu! What the heck is going on, man? How are you? Now, I meant to ask you, Inu, based on our discussion in Discord there, when you said you were playing the Skyrim with your friends, were you playing it using the virtual desktop or the virtual game deal, or were you playing it live with actual people, like in the room, like you had the board set out at the table and everybody was just playing? Just out of curiosity, because I didn't realize that was an option until you told me. I was like, oh, both. Well, so you had some folks with you and then some folks were remote? That's pretty darn cool. What's going on here? Oh. Yeah, that's right. I doubled up on the... Let's see. So for you, what is it? Oh, it's only like, what, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock for you? Something like that at night? So it's like the first time I'm actually doing a stream where you're reasonably awake. But good to see you, man. Carlos, hello! I didn't get to take a gander at the whole Donkey Kong playthrough, but I was able to watch some of it. Glad to see you starting on that series. Like you said, it's a great piece of gaming to look at. I gotta ask you, Carlos. So typically when I've seen your cam, are you in a room with like a red light or something? Because like your camera usually have like it has a reddish hue to it. I don't know if that's. I'm like, well, I wouldn't imagine he's using like rose lighting, but I didn't know if it's just like the way the screen is reflecting or something. But anyway, man, I'm glad to see you digging in. Which means, are you gonna play them in order, right? So DK2 has to be coming up next. I almost thought about doing like a low key, not competition, but like take a game that you, me, for retro's sake, and maybe Lagmeister as well, like all you know, a lot of us older retro dudes, a game that we're all kind of familiar with, whether it's like a Mario Brothers or whatever, or maybe it could be something that I'm not even all that familiar with, but I can get used to it, and like try to do like whether it's a speed run competition, high score competition, just something that kind of links the channel so that if people want to see different things, like I'd be like, all right, so this is the Mario matchup or something like that with me, Carlos, and Lagmeister trying to speed run or trying to get through how fast we can get through all 4 or all 3 original Mario games or something like that. I mean, it could be Donkey Kong Country. I would love to do Donkey Kong Country, but I mean, you're already kind of doing it now, so it may not work for that. But I was just thinking that'd be a way to kind of get crossover, so people would be like, oh, okay, well, here's this. How does this other guy do? And you know, you have the banter. I mean, we wouldn't have to like, you know, be like, I would totally want to kick his ass. but just kind of a fun rivalry amongst old schoolers. I mean, I think I get my butt kicked, to be honest, but hey, everybody loves the underdog. I don't know what's red. I'm doing them in... Don't know why it's red. Okay, I am doing them in order. Nice. All right. Yeah, you're in for a treat then, my friend. You are in for a treat. Yeah, I think if you like... It doesn't have as much... for lack of a term, what is it? What do they call that? Not fetch. Collectathon? It doesn't have nearly as much collectathon or collecting as DK3. But I think to me, DK3 a little overdid it because you had the banana birds you had to find, you had the bear coins, and you had another kind of coin, then you had the DK coin, then you had there was like 5 or 6 different things you had to collect throughout the game. Whereas Donkey Kong 2, you're pretty much DK coins are, I mean, they're just for an aesthetic at the end. You're gonna podium, depending on how many you have, but to get the actual full game, the full and the true ending of the game, you have to find all the secrets. So you are collecting creme coins, I think is what they're called. But that's really it. Creme coins for functional necessity, and then DK coins just kind of for fun and just to be like, yeah, dominance. I found it all. And then of course the Kong letters, but you know, it's not the. And are you ramping up, my friend? I mean, have you seen Donkey Kong Country Returns is coming out for Switch? I think it's about a month, about 15 days. It's I think on the 16th. So are you kind of ramping into, which I just now thought about, that actually wouldn't be a bad idea to do the Donkey Kong series up to, which I guess once you hit 3, you're there. Like after you finish Donkey Kong 3, you've pretty much rounded out everything that came before Donkey Kong Country Returns, and then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze I think is already on the Switch if I'm not mistaken. But that's pretty cool. That'd be really fun. Yeah, we'd have to think of a game. We just have to think of a game or a series or something, and see if, because I know Lagmeister, his channel is a little more. It's 6 o'clock there, Inu. We played through the campaign together with a cousin, but figured it would be more fun as 4 players. It was like you, and then one other person and your cousin, and then you got one other person on remote. On tabletop, I can start as many times as I want. Oh, to explain why I played it on both, the game has 2 campaigns with 3 chapters each, but you save and continue until all chapters are done, so the board game only offers 1 save. Oh, okay. On tabletop, I can start as many times as I want. I gotcha. I see. Okay, and tabletop is the software. All right. Yeah, Carlos, me too. I've like I said, I started on Returns, and it's playable on the Wii, but not preferable. Not preferable at all. So I'm looking forward to it. And you know, you get the remaster, so it's, you know, it's gonna look a little better. But I think it already looked good as a game. It just didn't look good on the. Wasn't fun on the Wii. But yeah, we just have to figure out. Like I said, I know Lagmeister isn't necessarily down. Like his channel is more like motorcycles and gearhead kind of stuff versus like trying to put gaming stuff on there. But he's still maybe willing to participate, and you know, and then for retro's sake, if he's feeling up to it, even if he's maybe not commenting, but that's rough. I know he's going through a time, and I mean, you're gonna be rampant. You're gonna be doing the Walmart ho in 7 days and counting. But yeah, looking forward to it myself. But I get you, Inu. Okay, all right. So, I mean, do you just kind of have to set down? Well, ideally, I'm guessing that's a game where you want to start at like get the troops together at like 8 or 9 in the morning. You know, people sipping on their coffee. Like, I feel like that would be kind of a cozy thing to do, as long as you're comfortable. I mean, you mentioned you kind of have to have a big table for it, but I love the idea of like I'm not a camper. I'm whether it's Call of Duty or in real life. I love camping as a kid, but as an adult, I'm like, why am I purposefully putting myself in primitive times, in bad weather, whether it's too cold or too hot? There's no temperature control. There's not a heck of a lot to do unless you're just getting out there to clear your head and you know, get in touch with nature or something. It's pretty rough. I mean, maybe as a romantic thing, maybe, but I don't know. The BO gets pretty bad after the first day without a shower. So it's like I'm not into camping, but something like a all-day game session, whether it's, you know, online or whether it's ideally in person, and you get people like you're dragging them out there and they're drinking their coffee, like, oh my gosh, it's too early. It's all right. We're gonna start our adventure. So you get to have this like the the a little bit of the hardship of an all-day adventure without it actually having to be uncomfortable. You can have food around, you can cook or whatever. But like the idea of starting a game like that at like 9 and ending at midnight or something, where it's like you're just trying to get through this massive game together, and fighting through it from the wee hours of the morning until late at night. I don't know that I want to do it all that often, but it sounds pretty darn cool. So I don't know if that's how you all did it, or if you did it for like 2 hours and you're just kind of holding off on it, but. Afternoon till close to midnight might get chapter 1 done. Oh wow, okay. But we had to read a lot of rules. Tabletop is significantly faster due to search functions. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, it's a bummer. I feel horrible that I don't like, or not that I don't like, but like even something like D&D that I think as a kid I would have loved a whole lot. I'm spoiled by video games. I'm spoiled by the convenience of games. I mean, we talked about Risk. Risk is a fun game, but it takes like 15 minutes to set up in real life. Unless I mean, if you're a pro at it, you know exactly where things go, how however many pieces everybody gets. But even when you do, it's not a matter of knowing. It's a matter of, okay, now everybody has to pick a continent, and then you go, okay, it's my turn. Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. And I don't know that process would be all that much faster on like digital, but something like that where it's like. That's why I think co-op adventures, I would like to see more of that. Like co-op Skyrim, where you can get a team together and whether it's a local party where you're all kind of in the same house and maybe just using different TVs, that'd be cool. I think that'd be kind of fun. If you had like 4 friends, you're all kind of sitting at the table and you have these like 20-inch screens or whatever in front of you, and you're all playing in the same game. You're all playing together and you're talking and you're going through the game. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like I like the idea of real interaction with a video game, because the video game just makes things so much easier and more stimulating usually, versus like even a board game. Although that board game seemed pretty extensive. There was a lot of stuff there. A lot of tokens, it looked like it was something you'd have to read the rules for. And it's expensive, dude. What was it, $200 I think for that game? I mean, the packaging is gorgeous, and it looks like it'd just be a cool thing to have. But boy, howdy, that you're paying for that. How would you rank it, Inu, on a scale of 1 to 10? Like as a fun group game. I guess you really don't want to play it solo, or maybe even can't. But as a group game, like compared to like Among Us, and I know we're comparing digital to real, but like in terms of like replayability, like if you play it with your other friends, you have 4 people, can you play it again in like 2 months and it would be different enough experience that it would be warranted? Or once you play through it all, you're kind of it's not a whole lot of things to do differently. The Walmart job starts soon, so I need to see how my schedule is going to play out. My days off are definitely going to change. Oh, okay. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought it was going to be the same kind of deal all the way through. Like just the same thing, just a slightly different schedule. But I guess it makes more sense that it would change. Hopefully for the better. Like I don't know. Truckers aren't union, right? So it's not like you're going to get at the bottom of a pecking order where you have the crappiest schedule. I'm guessing it's going to be the needs of the store or the region or something. That would be sick, but I'm actually surprised how close it feels to the video game. I would honestly say 9 out of 10. No kidding! Wow, that's high praise. It sounds like it'd be worth it. I have like my brother-in-law. I think my sister might play, but yeah, we don't have anybody in the immediate vicinity that's like chomping at the bit to play games. Otherwise, I'd look into that for myself. Oh, but we can't do. Can we, Carlos? We can't do. Can we do an online co-op of? I thought Cuphead was couch only co-op. Which, I mean, if we lived closer, that might actually even be a feasible thing. But yeah, dude, I would love to do that. I mean, I would probably be the weak link, to be honest. But if Cuphead is online co-op, because I was trying to do that with my friend, he's also got Cuphead, and he was telling me how awesome it is and everything. But I thought it was only couch co-op. But if it's not, dude, I am totally down, because I've gotten through the first 2 levels, I think, maybe, that game, and it's hard, but I mean, it's fun. It's fair hard. You know, your controls are not great. It's not Battletoads hard. It's just hard. But that would be awesome. Different builds are possible. You can play solo too. You can fail chapters and continue playing with debuffs or harder missions. Oh wow, okay. All right. And I'm guessing because you're not having to worry, like for me, Skyrim, the only reason why I always devolve to Archer, not even Stealth Archer, just Archer in general, just because Archer feels like, as a first-person shooter, Skyrim feels a lot better than it does as a first-person melee, you know, sword wielder. Maybe sorcery is fine, but it's also pretty weak. But I'm guessing in this game, those shortcomings are negated. So you could be a dual wielder or wield a giant Schwaaard, and it's not going to be, a bummer because your chances to hit and all that kind of stuff are being done, in this game versus with a dice roll or something versus you actually hitting the B button and having your guy go, huh, huh, and just swinging randomly. Well, my schedule was told to me when I interviewed, but I don't remember. Fair enough, Carla. All right. I'm sure you can do online. I have it on PS4 and Switch. I have it on Switch too. I'm thinking it's not, but yeah. I had to grind to get as far as I did. And it wasn't even all that far, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. You got to figure out what you got to do, and then you just got to plug at it. But I mean, Cuphead is a fair game in that regard. It's hard, and you're going, what the heck? But it's kind of like Jackal hard. Like I've been struggling with Jackal, as you've seen, but I don't feel like it's just like, oh my gosh, now you just have to deal with snowballs from 50 different directions and so many more of them. You gotta get good. You gotta understand. You gotta find pathways, the ideal pathways through certain areas, so that you're not getting ambushed. Like it's a lot to learn, but it's a fair and fun, and I feel like Cuphead is that same way. But yeah, man, if we could do that, that would be amazing. Fun fact: pulling off an archer is kind of difficult. Well, I mean, okay, so I've never beat Skyrim, period. But I will say that the like I said, pretty much every playthrough I've done, I've gone archer, and I've had to grind a little bit, but as long as you got the arrows or ways to make the some of the better ones, especially after the Dawn Guard, I think it is, where you get Ariel's bow that can shoot like crazy cool stuff and has superpowers and whatever. It does get pretty. Now, so I don't know about endgame though, because I haven't got there. I don't know, like if you're facing Alduin or something like that. I don't know if the bow is a liability or a problem, but I've had an easier time killing enemies because you kite them. And initially, I think early on, it can be a little difficult. Like you're going against bandits, and they're bum rushing you, and there's 3 of them, and you're just shooting, like, one arrow. But you get down to, like, one shot, one kill kind of thing, where you upgrade it enough. I've found it gets a little bit easier. But I could honestly show you post-stream, or I'd be able to show you the basics in, like, 15 minutes. I don't know what STH stands for, but yeah, we could probably be able to do that post-stream. I mean, it depends. If this ends up being another 7-hour stream, maybe not. But if it only goes for 3 or 4 hours or something, well, that'd be pretty late for you. But yeah, no, we could cut out some time to take a gander. The game offers all the 18 perk trees from Skyrim, but you can only learn 8. Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying, Carlos. That's what I'm saying. It is a huge missed opportunity. I don't understand. I think I bought Cuphead initially because me and my friend assumed that we could multiplayer online, but you can't. So yeah, but I mean, something like that, like an adventure game that does allow co-op. What is it? Like, Borderlands 1 and 2 are co-op, but it's a different, like looking for a platform. But like even the Mario games are not co-op. They're couch co-op only. That was the other. Me and my friend were hoping to play you can do Mario Wonder, but you can't really play together. You don't help each other out. You can play at the same time in the same level, but you don't interact. You can race each other, but you can't, like, if I get hit by a bad guy, like I don't think your friend can bail you out. I think you're kind of like, you can see their ghost or whatever, what they're doing, but I don't think you can actually co-op on that, like play together. There's not a lot of I wonder, like, if the Contra games. I don't know. I have to do some research, but I just remember the last time when I was trying to play with my friend these different games, every time we looked something up, it was, nope, not co-op. Not co-op. Especially side-scrollers. Not a lot of those. Cool. Just hit me up on Discord then. I should be home. All right. Sounds good, Inu. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I am curious. And the fact that it is, I guess it has a quote-unquote legitimately release on it, is like, because I think, like Inu, not Inu, Io, your best buddy. Io was showing me his version of, well, not his version, but his card game, which is kind of, it resembles Legends in a lot of ways, but then also a little bit of Magic, the Gathering, and that kind of stuff. But anyway, he was showing me, I think, on that same app, but it was much different because it was built from scratch. So it was like he had to manually do everything. So if the game is actually like legitimately there, where it's, you know, it's all, the mechanics are all there, I think it definitely makes for an easier learning experience. Hey, Bacon, what's going on? Good to see you. Contra likes SNES? Yeah. Well, so that's Contra 3, but yeah, that'd be fine too. But yeah, we were trying to find some game, like a 2-player game that you could do, not couch co-op, you know, because since we're like, none of us that I know of are within 100 miles of each other, 200 miles of each other. It would have to be online co-op. But yeah, Contra, because I think Contra, the original Contra, might have even, I think that was 2-player, you know, couch co-op. So it would have been cool if when they released it for like the Switch or whatever, that they allowed online functionality as well. But yeah, Contra 3, man, I played, that's one of the few games I actually was able to, because I was in college at the time. And so it was me and one of my friends, a guy, he ended up being valedictorian of our class in college. We were playing, we spent probably 3 or 4 Saturdays, like 5 or 6 hours trying to beat freaking Contra 3. I think we got to the final stage or towards the final stage and we just couldn't get it done. Or maybe we did. No. I think we did. It was a friend of mine that he and I were trying to beat Double Dragon 3. And I don't think we ever made it. But I think me and my friend finally did beat Contra 3. For sure, Schwaaard. We should definitely do something. I'm sure we'll find something. Yeah. And maybe, I don't know. I just like, I don't know. I was going to say, well, Switch 2 or something like that. I mean, but, well, wait, can you multiplayer like Elden Ring or those kinds of games? Or those multiplayer, like, can you, I know you can like jump in or have people come into your little world, but I mean, do those actually offer like a co-op experience? Because I would even be willing to do a game that I have know nothing about if it meant like you could do kind of co-op adventures, but, did I create a card game for? He did. Well, and Inu, yeah, that was something like he's really at this point just needs somebody to help him program the thing. But he's developed a lot of the cards. And like I said, it does. Now he's using Legend cards or the Legend card creator as kind of the a holdover. He has got conscripted some actual like original art for the game. But it's a financial thing, you know. It's like, okay, I got like 4 good pieces from this artist, and then a bunch of like sketches from him, because you know the difference between paying for a sketch where you get the idea of what the card is versus, you know, full fleshed out color is a huge difference. So, but yeah, it's like I said, it resembles Legends. I would say probably closer than anything else I've seen, but it does have difference. I don't think it has 2 lanes and like the closest I can think of is like, oh, that's like raid is one of the keywords in there, and that's a very like Magic-esque like. But yeah, it's his own thing. It's created his own heroes and his own kind of mana system. Like there's a system where only certain cards need a certain special kind of mana. So yeah, it's interesting though. But yeah, he's done it. It was just very hard. We could only do, because of his streaming abilities or whatever, his online lag and all that kind of stuff. We were trying to play it on the tabletop, but it got to the point where he pretty much just had to describe what was going on, and that's really hard to do. It's like, so you've got a 2-1, a 3. I mean, just imagine trying to play Legends with somebody, like you're just looking at a blank screen, and somebody's telling you what your board is and what your opponent has, and you don't really know any of the cards inherently. So it made it very, very difficult, but I got the gist of it, and like I said, it played pretty similar in a lot of ways to Legends. Valedictorian, good. No, Bacon. No, sorry. No. That would have been a jerky, braggy thing to say. No. The friend that I played it with. What my point being that this was not a friend who was like a gamer. I mean, he's a doctor now. So, but it was just fun. It was just, as I'm thinking about the ridiculousness that the one person that I was able to co-op with in college was the few times that I could pry him away through manipulation, guilt, or outright lies. I got him out of his room, away from studying, and we'd sit in the lounge, the student lounge, where they had TVs set up, and we hooked up the Super Nintendo, and we played Contra 3. So the one guy that I got to do co-op with and beat it with ended up being the valedictorian of our class, and is now a very successful doctor, owns his own practice and everything. And here am I. So, same thing. Like, at one point in life, we were exactly identical. We were fighting aliens in Contra 3 in college. But after graduation, our lives went in very different directions. And I chose the path less traveled by. And, yeah, well, here I am. But yeah, no, it's, I mean, I didn't barely graduate, but I was nowhere near straight A or top of the class in any stretch at all. I was willing to do as much as I could. If whatever showing up, paying attention, participating, and doing the homework, and writing the papers, I would put in the work on the papers. Whatever grade that would give me is what grade I took. So if that could only get me a B, I'm not going to spend time studying. I'm not going to spend time, doing above and beyond. I'm not going to spend time, staying after class or getting tutored. I did that in high school, but because I sucked at geometry, I suck at math in general. But I was not, it's like if I've got to study really hard or spend a lot of time studying, I'll take a C with no studying over a B with studying, which wasn't even really the choice. But I have Steam, Switch, PS4. On any of those systems, I might have a game. Decent sized collection on those systems. Nice. Okay, yeah, I don't have a big collection on Steam. It's actually a very small collection. Most of my stuff is Switch, almost all of my stuff, or retro, another retro system or something. PS4, I don't have any. I think I have Heavy Rain, I think it's called, that I haven't even opened. Like there were some games that I just kept that I couldn't sell at the time. So I've got like a Final Fantasy 10 or 9 and a 9-2 or something like that. There's like 2 Final Fantasy games that are unopened. God of War that's unopened, and whatever. Those are like PS2. Those are old. In my defense, that was demerits, not bad grades. Okay, Bacon. Okay, gotcha. So it was not a great thing. Is that? You say demerits? Is that forgive me? Is that a behavioral thing? More like you were roughing up kids, or you're cracking wise in class kind of deal? Versus it being a, not wanting to study kind of thing. So, which I can kind of understand. I found school to be very, very tedious. My personality and disposition is not one to cause trouble. I was very obedient, very much, submit to authority kind of thing and let it do its deal. But that didn't mean I didn't get bored out of my mind and hate school. And honestly, those years of my life I'm never going to get back. The Switch being backwards compatible is amazing. I'm getting one. Yeah. I don't know. What Carlos, we're probably talking at least another year at least. I don't think we even have an official trailer for it really. So we probably got a long way off. But yeah. I don't know what they could do other than ramp up the horsepower so that you could actually play like PS4 or 5 like if they could catch up graphically and process wise to what the PS5 is. And keep it portable, or I don't even use the portability that much. I don't know. Like most of the games on the Switch isn't really worth it. But there are a lot of ports. I will say that there are a lot of ports that do not have a good Switch release because Switch is underpowered. So if they could make it where it's better, where you could actually get viable ports that you can get on other systems on Nintendo, it would be amazing. But I don't know what they if they're gonna try to get too crazy like they did with the Wii U. Where it's like, oh, we've decided this new control thing is awesome and we're going to lean into it whether the people want it or not. I'm hoping they just give us more or less the Switch, but better. Maybe a thing where you can actually download the game from the cart onto the system. So if you want to spend the extra money and get memory internal to the system, you can do that. And then that's the only downside. I hate the fact that buying a physical copy means that I have to swap out carts every single time versus going, okay, download it. And then I have it on the cart as kind of a backup and to have something physical, to have the case, but that I can play it on the Switch without having to actually have the cart for it. Now I know that could create problems with people reselling it. I think that's probably why they don't do that. I don't know how to get around it. Maybe you have to pop the card in once every year or something to keep it going. But if you want to play without the cart, you have to pop it in once every 6 months or something, which would be fine. But like for me, where I play different games almost every day, it's kind of like, dang it. Maybe this was not the best idea. Anyway. Inu. Oh, that is a villainous take to be sure. I love it though. Sheesh, brother realized he can't beat me and went on to create his own new game. Respect. I think it would be kind of cool. The only problem is, like I said, I asked him if there was a way I could generate the game on my end so that my hardware is the horsepower running the thing, and then we just do it through Discord. I don't know if it was a Discord bottleneck or if it was his slower internet, but if you actually wanted to play it even on the tabletop. But I was saying kind of the same thing. I was like, hey, I could be the intermediary. Like, I'll have it up. And he could be on one side, you on the other, and then he, just like, okay, here's like mechanically do this to and I would have to essentially run the game, but then you could actually have people legitimately playing it. I think that'd be really cool. I went to a small school in Newport News called Christopher Newport University, or CNU. It was a community college for a long time. It got upgraded to an actual university, or college/university, I guess. And then a former senator actually became the president of it, and he just took it to new heights. So when I was going there, like if you were looking at it now, it's still not really big. I mean, they made the decision to keep it a small school. So I think it's still like 9,000 or less students. Maybe it's 7,000. I don't know where I'm pulling those numbers from. It's a small school, and they've, as far as I know, they kept it small, but they bought up all the land around it. They, built campus housing. They built shops. They built all kinds of stuff. So it just pretty much made Newport News, or at least that section of it, a college town. But the student body is still pretty small. But it's a lot harder to get into. I got in there with a 3.4 something. They had a leadership program. It was the first year he started the leadership program, and I got on the ground floor of that. But that first class was only 22 of us. Every leadership program class after that has been 100 kids or more. I think they may be higher than that now. But anyway, small school. It's gotten bigger. It's gotten a little more competitive. I mean, most universities have. They've all gotten a lot more expensive. Back when I went, if I'd paid out of pocket, it was like $7,000 a semester. I think now it's probably up at 15 or something crazy like that. But not a semester, a year. 7,000 a year. And now it's probably a semester, if not worse. But that is fun. I like that take. I have to run that by Aya when I see him again. Be like, yeah, Inu was just, noticing that in your desperation, your inability to beat him, you actually had to create a whole other game that in theory you could beat him in, but he could still beat you there too. We'll see. Yay, Body Bag, what's going on? Get good, noobs. Which one of us? All of us? Are you calling all of us noobs, Body Bag? I'm not a noob. I've been playing this particular game, Final Fantasy VII, feels like for my entire life. And I am good, damn it. I haven't died unnecessarily in a long time. And I take all the credit for that. It has nothing to do with people hand-holding. But we're in the middle of an exposition dump, so I really can't get good at that. It would be interesting to see Lagmeister's skills. Yeah, I mean, we know he's beat the Turbo Tunnel. We know he's going to... And he hasn't beat Ninja Gaiden, but only because he didn't realize that you could essentially... You can get through each level of the final boss as long as you can get to him, and you get to him with that cool ninja thing, the star or whatever it is that allows you to do the spin jump. Yeah, so I honestly, I don't know, to this day, I don't know if I would have beaten Ninja Gaiden if you just had to keep, if you had to, yeah, if you couldn't just do that where you take each stage of the fight in chunks. I don't know that I would have beat it yet either. But when he got to it, so I think he could. I think he's got the skills. I think he's up there with the retro. But yeah. Holy cow, bacon. I'll tell you honestly. it's a name like Bacon Pancakes, I would not have pictured you as a little shit, as you say. 31.5. I mean, do you think it was charity that that they gave you that your last demerit was like 0.5 instead of a full one? Like, because they were just like, we don't want to fail this kid. Like in theory, that's a deterrent, right? You say, okay, 32 demerits. Nobody's going to get 32 demerits in 4 years. But it's there to try to scare you away from getting close. Oh, you're at 20 now. You're at 25. Probably didn't want to behave. But it looks like you just walked it right up and they're like, all right, are we really going to fail this guy in demerits? All right, just make it a 0.5. So it's not a full demerit. Otherwise, this guy's going to have to, I guess, go through senior year again? Or would they just kick you out of the school and say, well, you don't get your diploma through the 4 years in high school? Holy moly, you had me tweaking for a second. My high school was close to 5,000. My graduating class was close to 900. Wow. Now see, my high school was actually a pretty decent size, at least as far as I was concerned. But now we're close to that. I think my high school was 2,500, so about half of yours. Our graduating class, I actually never went to my graduations, and I didn't even graduate from that high school. So I went from a 2,500 school in Northern Virginia, where all my friends were. I was in theater. I even the directors got a little ticked off because they actually had slated the next 2 shows, and they had me in mind as the character. I wasn't a lead, mind you, so I'm not trying to brag about that, but like they had already, like they knew what I could do, and they were like, okay, we're gonna do Scapan, and you're gonna be, we had you as this character. So they were trying to get me to find ways to stay, just to not blow the casting. They still did the plays, and they were still fantastic, but it really sucked. It really sucked going from that to, it was a small town in Spotsylvania, or a small school in Spotsylvania. It's like 1,000 kids or 900 kids or something like that. And it had a theater program, but I had to kind of go from scratch. Nobody knew who I was. I was a senior. A lot of the kids in theater were, sophomores and freshmen. It wasn't the same theater department that, in fact, we went head to head, not head to head, but we were part of the one act play competition. And of course, my old school, they wrote their own play. They won at the local level. They won at regional. And I think they won at state and went to like national or whatever, or vice versa. They won at state and then they went to regional. I don't think they won it all, but they went pretty darn far. And we actually were up against them in the local deal, and of course got blown away. But anyway, that to say, 5,000 kid high school, that's freaking huge. I didn't know they had high schools that size. But yeah, CNU is a small, maybe it's 4,000. So yeah, it's far smaller than your high school. South Side Chicago. Oh, it absolutely was. They just want to be gone, right? They're like, it's more to our detriment to give him another demerit than it is for him Like we just have, like the teachers, they probably voted, okay, who were all the Bacon Pancakes teachers? Okay, put your hands down. Okay, how many of you are okay teaching him again? No hands raised. All right, that settles it. His last demerit, which was burning half the school down, is only 0.5 demerits. But we can't give him the full demerit, or we're gonna have to deal with Bart Simpson incarnate, apparently, for another 4 years. Or I guess would it be the last year? I guess they're not gonna. Oh, sorry. All right, I'm gonna need to actually do a little something here. Otherwise, I can't much call it a video game stream. But no, I would have been expelled. I got the last demerit in the last 3 weeks. So the dean basically told me, don't screw up again and you can graduate. I met the dean more than once. Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, would not have expected that, Bacon Pancakes. Like, there are people, we talked about this before. I will not make fun of somebody for a name they were given. So if a guy's name is Turd Muffin or Turd Ferguson, I think that's from Anchorman or something. Like, and that's what his parents named him, and it sucks, but I'm not going to be like, oh, what a piece of poop, Turd Ferguson. But when people give themselves names, like Schwaaard, somebody want to make fun of Schwaaard, okay, that's fine. I chose that name. It's my creativity or my expression or my whatever. So, but like there's people that are like, I'm a big prick. Like that's their actual screen name. It all runs together. Or I want to watch the world burn. Or I have syphilis. Like there's all these kinds of really stupid names that people give themselves, and it's like, it seems to be indicative of their character. I don't know what the etymology of Bacon Pancakes is, but when I see Bacon Pancakes, I don't think, squeaked out of high school on the was it South Side, you said? South Side of Chicago. I actually think Canadian. I think I think of like almost somebody like Io, you know, up there in the Great White North. You know, you got your bacon pancakes and your maple syrup, and you know you just get along with everybody. And oh crap, sorry, I missed the dialogue. Latifa, were you waiting outside then? Yes. We return to Nibelheim. Sephiroth confined himself to the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. What a jerk. I bet he had 31.5 demerits in school, but we won't go there. Then all of a sudden he just disappeared, right? We found him inside the biggest building in Nibelheim. Can we not call it Nibelheim? Can we call it, I guess, Nibelheim? It's probably the correct pronunciation, but I'll still call it Nibelheim because it's funny. The villagers used to call it the Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. Holy crap, we went through, like, I think the last half hour of our last video was an exposition dump, and we are in the middle of it. We are nowhere near being done with this backstory here. So is this where Shinra goes, not Shinra, but Sephiroth goes like full emo? He's like, God damn. You know what it should have been? He should have had like a white cloak or something before and been like all like cool and whatever, and then like after he finds out that he's a monster or something, then he's got the black cloak, he's got the eyeliner, and he's like, life, what is it? Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. What's wrong with bacon? Nothing's wrong with bacon pancakes. Nothing wrong with bacon pancakes. I'm just saying. I don't like bacon pancakes. Just sounds like a bacon wholesome. There we go. That's the word, wholesome. Now I'm not saying you're not wholesome, but somebody with 32. I wouldn't picture it with somebody with 32 demerits. Even if you're like just the nicest fella now. I would not have pictured somebody that chose bacon pancakes as a name. I think of it as just a very wholesome naming, and it's even done like it's a first and last name. So it's like a fantasy game. Like if you met somebody in a Final Fantasy game, an NPC named Bacon Pancakes, you're not thinking this guy's gonna shiv me in the back. You're like, oh, and he'd probably be like, hey there, traveler, what's going on? That's all. There's nothing wrong with bacon pancakes at all. Wait, you just crushed a Baconator? Is that a Wendy's? That's a Wendy's burger body bag? And did you seriously? Is it really that? You literally just today or within the past day crushed a Baconator? It's from a song from a TV show, Adventure Time. Okay, I'm not familiar, but that's no surprise. There's plenty of shows that have come out since my TV show watching days were behind me. Never watched the show, but I like the song. Okay. All right. Shiv in the back? God, I hope not. Well, I don't know. Is that a demerit? Would that have been a demerit thing? Or would they have been a little more harsh about that? I mean, we had, in fact, the year that I moved out. So our house was, like from the kitchen window, you could look out over the backyard and you could see the bus stop. So it was very close by. That was where the elementary, middle school kids were. High school was on the corner, like on the other side of the street. Not across the street, but on the other side of the street. So it was like, street goes down, they got your main thing here. So we had one corner here, one corner here. Crap you not, the year after we moved. Now, I was very, 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 very fortunate. I had a hand-me-down car at that point, so I did not have to take the bus my junior or senior year. And I paid for that thing. Trust me, I paid for that. I got it for free because my grandparents passed away. It was an older car. And had 180,000 miles on it. And if you know anything about American cars, especially from the 80s and 90s, it was an 88 Bonneville. From the 80s, they did not run amazing after like 100,000 miles, especially after 150,000. So it was nickel and diming me. I worked various jobs while I had that car, and it took most of everything I earned. Anyway, But the year we moved out, the next year there was a drive-by shooting and a girl was killed at that bus stop. So our neighborhood, our people were not necessarily squeaky clean. So I'm not dissing on like Chicago or your behavior. There was some. In fact, when we went back to my high school years later, there were bars on all the windows. There was a cage around the vending machine. There were, I think, 2 officers. I don't think they were police officers, but 2 security guards. I mean, it went down. The place where I grew up used to be called Woodbridge, and now most of us who have had an exodus from there, we call it Hoodbridge, because it really just within about 5 years it just went to hell, and I don't know why, don't know how, but it just and seeing the old neighborhood now, it's so sad. And our old house, used to be a nice white house with blue shutters, and my mom, did all the landscaping and had these, nice manicured bushes and trees. It was a small yard. It's a townhouse, but it looked really nice. My dad built like a kind of fan shell-shaped deck in the back and did all this stuff. And they planted trees that grew. We had pictures of them as saplings, and by the time we moved, they were giving shade to the entire backyard. It was beautiful. And you go back now, the house is yellow, like painted yellow, not like the paint is yellow. They painted it yellow with like olive green shutters, and all the plants are torn up, like they were uprooted. So it's just pretty much just like dirt in the yard. I think the deck is still in the back, but it wasn't taken care of. So you got wood rot and everything. It was a sad time. I don't know why I'm talking about that. I guess this whole nostalgic history dump that we're getting with Final Fantasy VII has made me feel that way. Just ate one for lunch, but this is the second one I've had this week because I'm watching my sister's house and she has the best Wendy's around the corner. I love, you know what? I need to visit Buffalo, New York, just because it seems like everything is in walking distance. Body Bag's like, yeah, I got a game store right around the corner, about a 4-minute walk. Best Wendy's in the world, right around the corner. I'm like, man, I don't got nothing other than more houses until 20 minutes. And then you finally see stuff. And even then, the grocery store is even further away than that. Buffalo sounds like an amazing place. It's cold, but I feel like I'm picturing it in my mind. Buffalo, New York, there's like 7 houses, 2 store, like, and pretty much one of every store in the world. So they got a Wendy's, they got a McDonald's, they got a game store. Well, I know they at least got 2 because you mentioned that you found a better one, but it's a little bit of a drive away. But that's pretty cool. You bastard, I'm dying over here. When was the last time you had anything bacon or pancakey? Bacon pancakes? Depends on the car and the maintenance. I've seen Buicks with 400,000 on the OG motor. Well, now how old though? By the way, that's what I'm saying. Like there was a time I think when like Ford built tough was a thing, where like American car manufacturers built really good cars. And I'm not saying it's universal. I think part of it is upkeep. I don't know that my granddad took care of it as well as he should have. But I mean, I got a Mercury Sable from my other grandparents. It was a year older, much better shape. The engine was crap, and it pretty much, the AC, they could never get the AC to work. The AC died on it. And without having to like rebuild everything, like they did the Freon, they did all this stuff. And my grandparents were pretty well off. So why they had a Mercury Sable, I don't know. But I mean, they had a Cadillac before that, kept it immaculate. I wish they still had. If I could have inherited that Cadillac, oh my gosh. It was a diesel. Big diesel, but the inside was immaculate, smelled amazing. It was a great car. The inside was like a giant couch. It was amazing. But unfortunately, they got rid of that before I was old enough to drive. So I inherited the Sable. They now have they're like 85 or 90 years old. They got a BMW, whatever the BMW is. It's kind of like a hatchback. It's a freaking sports car. Anyway. So yeah, I know there can be, but one, it's the upkeep. Now that's true of any car. But typically, like Toyota, Honda, you just do the oil changes and you're good to go. I've had the Mercury Sable, Pontiac Firebird, Pontiac Bonneville, and was that the only one? And then I actually bought myself a Corolla, and then I gave that to my sister, and I bought a new Corolla. But all 3 of those cars nickel and dime the crap out of me. All of them had over 100,000 miles, so I think they can. But I think there was a time, 60s, 70s, maybe mid to late 80s. But I think you started getting 80s into 90s American cars. I would talk to guys that worked at a Ford dealership that drove an import. Because you're like look, man, we'll work on them. We sell them, but they're built back asswards. Like, everything you want to get to is on the wrong side of the engine. Half the way the engine is built doesn't make no sense. And again, they could have been there, whatever, their bias or what have you. But in general, I've just found, in my experience, admittedly, I've not been impressed with older cars. Knowing that, and to be fair, Body Bag, if it's called an Oldsmobile, well, that's not. It's a Buick. But they're the same company, right? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Virginia. Woodbridge, Virginia. So it's a suburb. It was a suburb. Now it's a giant conglomeration, but it's I think 20 miles south of DC. So not immediate proximity to it. Like you're not in the the boroughs or anything of DC, but you're about a 20, well, depending on traffic. No traffic, just going the speed limit on the highway, you're about 35 minutes away from it. If not DC, like the nearest metro station that would take you downtown. But yeah, there's a town right next to me called Woodbridge. Oh, I say Chicago, but I'm about 20 miles west. Yeah, so kind of the same thing. I mean, yeah, so okay, I get you. But yeah, no, so we're kind of close-ish to you, but we're several states away, so it's a different Woodbridge, but perhaps all Woodbridges have become Hoodbridge, depending. I live in the city of Buffalo, that's why, but my sister lives in the suburbs, 2 blocks from Main Street. Okay. Gotcha, so you're downtown. Does it feel, is it like New York downtown, just smaller, or does it feel like a small town city? Body Bag, I'm curious. Like if you got, like, from what I've heard, like, when I've watched documentaries like the fans, the sports fans, it's like it feels like a smaller community. So like Buffalo, New York, like you're not going to go in there and be like, oh gosh, like I don't know. I don't particularly feel great going into cities. Which partially has to do with I just hate driving in cities, but it sounds like it might be the vibe I get is that it's a small town feel in a city, but that could just be I'm remembering how I pictured Texas and Houston before I got here and how different it is. So I'm pretty sure Buffalo in my mind is a Dr. Seuss-esque town where everybody's golly gosh gee cool and nice and it's got this home feel. But it probably has, homeless people pooping in the streets and gunshots going off at the night and everything. I'm guessing it's not immune from city life. But in my mind, it's a very quaint. I'm probably mixing it up with like Juneau, Alaska, or something like that, where it's technically a city and it's got a few high rises, but for the most part, it's a glorified town. But but Denver. I don't know how it is now, but Denver, Colorado, when I was there, it didn't feel like a big city. Like, you had 3 or 4 like skyscrapers, but it just felt like a very, very compact suburb, more or less, with a little bit of a city vibe to it. Not like LA, and certainly not like New York. LA was infinitely nicer than New York from what I can recall, but I did drive a Buick. Oh, you drive a Buick now? What year is it, and how is it running for you? The Buick was in early 90s, but all you have to do is oil change and the engine will last forever. That's the theory. I'm trying to remember the Bonneville. First thing that went out on that was the fuel injection system. I had to get the fuel injectors cleaned or changed out or something because they were not. The car was going. So I had to spend, I think it was $200 or something like that, getting the fuel injectors cleaned. Or replace, I don't even know. I think for the most part it did okay. Then we had stuff, I had tires and whatever. That's a normal thing. What else was it? It was something else. It wasn't transmission, but it was. I got decked with some. Fuel pump maybe. I think the fuel pump went out on it. It's a $500-$400 replacement if you can't do it yourself, which I couldn't. It was stuff like that. Just random things would just start going out on it. That, like you said, in theory, you just take care of the oil, whatever. But I don't know how much my granddad did to it. when he had it. I know. I mean, his last years, he had fallen off of he was working on they had a pool. This is in Florida. He was working on the pool, had a screened-in pool, and he was doing some work on the top, and it broke, and he fell and landed pretty much on his head at the bottom of the empty swimming pool. So he was struggling. So I'm pretty sure he did not take care of that thing for the last probably 10 years that he owned it. And then my grandmother got a brain tumor, and they both just kind of went down after that. But it was not a good time in those later years. But I'm all that to say, I'm pretty sure that means that the car was not well maintained before I got it. But yeah. They change the oil and drag cars after every run. After oil change. Oh. Also, Carna, I ended up going to the trades. Nice. Got lucky enough to get into a trade union, so I'm all set. Oh, good for you. Good for you, Bacon. Good for you. I mean, trades is honestly, like, I'm almost tempted at this point to be like, all right, is there a trade that I think I'd be okay at, or that I wouldn't mind doing? Like, I think plumbing, okay, but then you're dealing with a lot of things that deal with poop. And me and poop don't get along very well. Some people don't mind poop. I'm not big on poop. Not big on poop. But like electrician would be really cool, but that does involve a lot of math, and it's a lot higher risk. And like, maybe that wouldn't be my ideal either. So I don't know. But people who do trades, I mean, I think more kids should be the default. Like, hey, unless our kid shows an aptitude or a desire to do something that requires higher education, whether it should or not, if they got to go to med school, they got to go to law school, they got to get a master's, whatever. Unless something like that unless they're going that route, the default should be looking into trade schools. Like, not looking to go 200 grand into debt for a job you may or may not be eligible for when you graduate, but get into something where you're going to be making money, good money. And actually, a lot of the trades, they train you get on-the-job training as you're going through. So you're getting your schooling, you're getting paid to work as you're getting trained to do the job. That's just smart. That's just a smart decision. This is somebody who went to college. I'm not dissing on anybody who went to college, but for most of us, we would have been much better off going straight into trades. Even some waste management, for crying out loud. Get in with the city doing garbage disposal. You're going to get benefits out the wazoo. It pays really well. Plenty of time to do other stuff. I'm not trying to say that's the way to go. I honestly, if I could get a job doing waste management right now, I would. I might look into that. Just be like, hey, City of Houston, do you need somebody to do your trash? Because I totally will do that. But yeah, and I mean, unions, they seem to be kind of like a mixed bag depending on the situation or whatever. It's like, okay, I pay dues, and unions, I don't know. I mean, my understanding is unions are great in a lot of ways, especially financially. There are some downsides in terms of how they relate to companies and other things in terms of power structure or whatever. But my understanding in general is, as long as you're not on the bottom of the totem pole, you know, you're not the guy at UPS going into trying to work at UPS, and because all the union guys have seniority, they get the cool schedules, and you're sitting there. I mean, you got to earn your stripes. That's true for most of the jobs, right? You get into a job and you've got to kind of you get the short end of the stick for a long time until you earn your place there and you get your experience in. But with unions, I feel it's like even more kind of set in stone. You are not going to have it better than somebody who's senior to you, which in concept makes sense. It's a meritocracy thing. But then you got a lot of people that, because they're in that position, they actually don't work as hard. So it's like, I'm working twice as hard as you. Now, this is not a personal experience, but in theory, you could have somebody going, I actually do the job better. I'm better at it, but I can't actually progress because the guy in front of me has been here longer and he's just kind of comfortable doing the bare minimum. And but I don't know that for a fact. But in general, I would just say, like, from what I understand, trades are just the way to go. No, Buffalo's more like Cleveland, Chicago, or Detroit. So I've only been in Detroit once for a baseball game. It's kind of the same thing with Chicago. Well, I was part of a fantasy football league, and oddly enough, most of the people that I was in the league with, they love baseball too. So what we would do is we'd go to every year, and we only did it for 3 years, and I bailed out because it just wasn't my jam. But every draft year, we, like in August, I think is when the draft happens, or September, I can't remember now. But for the draft, we would pick a city, and we go and watch a baseball game or two there, and we'd find a local venue that we could rent out or rent a part of or a back room for or something and do the draft there. So we went to, that's how I saw, went to Chicago doing that. The Bruins or the Brewers, whatever city that is, went there. Detroit and like 2 other ones, which was cool. I mean, it was hot. It was August. So Chicago, I mean, any city in the summertime is not great. Anywhere in the world really is not great in the summertime. But it was just a fun thing. Got to see some stuff. But yeah, so I kind of have a general sense. Me and my friend did go see the Football Hall of Fame, which I believe is also in Cleveland. No, it's Akron, right? Football Hall of Fame is Akron, Ohio. We saw the Football Hall of Fame. Maybe that's in Kansas City. Crap, no, I think it's Ohio. Canton, Ohio. Yeah, Canton. That's it. Okay. Nothing like New York City. Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay, so bacon pancakes. I was in New York City a few years ago. Bachelor party. It was gross. The bachelor party of the city. Bacon. Because bachelor parties are not always known for being pristine. But I'm pretty sure you mean New York City. And I can agree. The last time I was there, I was like, never again. Like, if you want to airlift me into the top floor of a penthouse, and I can just kind of gaze out at the city through, from these really giant, like, floor-to-ceiling glass windows, especially at nighttime, and whatever, I'll totally do that. But you want me to actually go into the city? No, hell no. No. Couldn't pay me enough. Which is why it was kind of hamstrung me when I was trying to get into acting, out of high school and then eventually college. Was like I wanted to work in the industry, but I didn't want to live in LA or New York. And those are kind of the main hubs, especially back then. Georgia wasn't a thing. All these smaller studios, the stuff down in like New Mexico and even in Canada, those studios really hadn't developed yet. So if you wanted to work in TV or film, you needed to be in or near the New York or LA market. And I was like, I'm not going to live in either place. I have no desire to live in those places. So, there goes that. Not the reason I wasn't successful. I don't think I had what it took. In more ways than one. We'll leave it at that. I don't think I was cut out for the entertainment industry. Chicago's great by comparison. We got alleyways. Well, are they safe alleyways? I guess is the question. It makes a difference. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure. So you're just the layout of the city. My Buick is a 2003, 110,000 miles. It's kind of falling apart, but she makes the trip to Wisconsin when I visit my boy. Nice. Okay. Good deal. And see, that's the thing. So, I mean, 2003. I mean, that is kind of in the, but like 110. I mean, she's still kind of a baby. That's actually, that's pretty low mileage. I mean, we're that's almost 22 years old. Is that it? Yeah, 22 years old. 110,000 miles is not that bad for a 22-year-old vehicle. I mean, what? The average, I think, is 7,000 miles a year, I think is right around the average. So that should be at least 140. So yeah, it's a low mile vehicle for that. So yeah, and hey, I'm not saying like, hey, hopefully it continues to run amazing. I say falling apart, which yeah, I mean it's an old car. That is an old car. I had an 04 Corolla. If I still had it today, I gave it to my sister, and something happened to it. Like she didn't wreck it or anything. It started nickel and diming, I think, at that point. But I had planned to keep that thing for the rest of my life. I love that car. Well, I liked it. I love my Corolla now. It's an IM. It was actually a Scion, but it was after they made that change back. So it's a little bit sportier than your typical Toyota. Still a very cheap car. It was the cheapest car in the lot when I got it, or one of the cheapest ones. But it's cool. Like I don't feel, it doesn't feel as Spartan as the 04 Corolla. Anyway, all that to say, it's a good year for cars. So hopefully after you hit 150, 180,000, she's still holding together. But that's a long trip, isn't it? Well, no. Well, yeah. Chicago to Wisconsin? That's a pretty decent stretch, right? Was that at least 6 hours or something? I don't really know. Oh, maybe not that far. Because Chicago was only 2.5 hours away from Indiana, where I was, up straight north. I'm guessing Wisconsin is just another shoot. I don't know. I speak of things that I know not which of. Earn while you learn. I had a 5-year apprenticeship, no debt. I make over 100K a year. Yeah, there you go. And hey, obviously you're spending your money wisely. You're holding on to the car. It's an A to B car. If you're making that kind of money, you could probably afford to switch over. But if it's getting the job done, and you're not like, yeah, I need a Ferrari, like, that's smart. That's good money management right there. Ugnip, hello, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. How the heck are you? Let's see. It's okay, so it's not terribly late for you, but I promise we will be making progress in the game. We're just having a great conversation. I just gotta let's see. But how is Humble Bundle going? And any news to report on that score? I gave you moderator rights for a reason, sir, and I have not seen a single Humble Bundle link in like a week. Whatever city that is, USA. What? Wow. Body bag, that ain't right. That ain't right. Wow. I'm going to remember that, body bag. When you come back after your game is over, your vaunted Bills game, I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm tired of sitting down. Bye. Okay, that's not equivalent at all, but boo. But you can record that. You can't record this. It's not like it's being recorded for on-demand use later. You miss this, you're missing out on a thing of. You can't interact with the Bills while they're playing. Why can't I move? Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Oh, this is a little room or something. This is in Skyrim. This would be the alchemy lab or the enchantment table thing. It even looks like it kind of is, but nothing not pre-rendered. So obviously nothing to interact with. Oops, is that taking me out of the house? Yep. No, that's not what we want to do. We've got to be here. Let's see. No, we call that a bitter fitter. So I'm a pipe fitter. Some old heads will be jerks and not want to teach the younger generation, but most everyone I know wants the younger people to want to teach. Good deal. Good. That's good to hear. And I mean, I did. I was speaking when I was selling the condo, and I had an electrician come in to fix some stuff up, and he was saying it's really hard to find kids, the next generation. He's like, I've tried to get, apprentices and everything, and kids don't want it. It's a brainwashing that goes, go to college, get indoctrinated by absolutely inane and stupid, pointless classes, and get yourself into a lot of debt, and then get a job, maybe doing something that probably has nothing to do with your degree. That's what you're supposed to do. It's crazy how they can sell something so worthless. Like it's crazy to me. But yeah, they're told that, and it's, they want the cushy jobs. They want the leadership roles. They want management, not anything actually like functional or challenging. I'm not saying management isn't functional, but you know what I'm saying. It's all the glamorous stuff. Oh, I want the corporate life, and it's like, you need the trades more than you probably need most of the corporate jobs out there. You don't need 25 managers. You don't need a manager of. I mean, there's just so much BS that the government's bloated enough as it is, but now you got corporate sector with a bunch of bloated positions that are absolutely unnecessary. But anyway. Exactly, Ugnip. You feel my pain. It's a betrayal. Bodybag should have been like, my cat chewed through its cone and is in dire straits. I must attend to his needs. Then I'd be like, oh damn, go Bodybag, go. And may the strength of the elves, dwarves, and men go with you. But no. I want to go watch the Bills play a game. They play how many of those a year? 17, 18 games a year. If they're good, they get to play 19 or 20. How many of these am I going to play? We're only on 5. We'll probably not even get to 10. This is a much rarer circumstance. Happy New Year's, fool. What? Well, my Buick only lasted so long because I had a work truck. Oh, so I only used it personally. About 5 to 7 hours of traffic. Speaking the truth, Incarnate. I just wish more people knew that. So now you said you're visiting your boy. So I'm guessing, are you instilling also in your son like the same kind of idea, like maybe kind of? I mean, again, I don't ever think it's ideal for a parent to try to channel, manipulate, or whatever a kid to go in any which direction. Like you kind of ideally a parent would see which way the winds are blowing, and you still gotta be a parent. You gotta raise your child. You're not their friend. You're supposed to be teaching them things so that they're not learning all the hard lessons in life as they're going through it. That there should be some like, and equipping them with discipline, self-control, responsibility, things that are fundamental to getting through this life in a significant, in a healthy way, and in a way that doesn't screw everybody else over. But when it comes to like career, like I don't want a kid to be pushed into the trades necessarily. But I think combating the natural trend, or the national trend of that being the default, is not a bad thing. Like, hey, here's some other options. Well, what do you like to do? Do you like to work with your hands? Like you were saying, like, and I think it could be a detriment, having not only a financial detriment, but you take a kid who's not academic, who has no interest in that, and you make him go to school, and he feels pressured to go into school for 4 years, and they're miserable the entire time, and they're like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, this is not what I want to do. Nothing here is for me. But the idea that that's everybody, and I guarantee, I mean, it's of course it's motivated by schools that want more money. I don't know. We don't need to get into all that stuff. But anywho, I'm glad to hear it, and hopefully, if nothing else, your son will have a good option. Have probably a leg up in terms of, hey, here's some things to think about. You don't have to go into extreme debt that is not forgiven even by bankruptcy, to have a good life. Like, look at your old man, and like you said, you get a work truck. Like, even if which explains a little mileage, I guess, as you said. But yeah, that's a long trip though. Now, I had a friend who had a Buick from about that time. It was 2004. I think he'd had it for a few years, but it was like the boat. Is it like the Buick boat? Now, my mom actually has a Buick, one of the newer ones. I mean, by newer, I mean within the past 5 or 6 years, and it's kind of streamlined. It looks kind of sporty, actually, almost BMW-esque in some ways. But like the Buick I'm thinking of is like the boat, like really super comfortable, sound like not a lot of road noise, but just a big boat. Or maybe that's an Oldsmobile. No, I think that's a Buick, but maybe not your Buick. So this is obviously a safe, but it is pre-rendered, so it probably is not going to be moving. So I'm wasting my time here. We're looking for Sephiroth. He's going emo right now somewhere. Well, must be getting close, because there's his Cobra Commander bodyguard. Yeah, nothing in here. No. Are you just gonna let me walk by, dude? What's your point? What? Are you staring at the picture, you goober? Like, what's your point of being like, I don't want you to bar my way. I hate when the game does that, but I kind of feel like you should be like, hey, who are you? Or hey, there's no sign of Sephiroth, but I know I saw him go into this room. Well, then there's a trap door. So I didn't even mean to hit that. I didn't even know what I was that. Is that a okay, it's I guess a book. Can I close it? I want to see what it looked like before I accidentally tapped it. Dude, it's a very small room. It took me about 3 seconds to find the secret passage. If you know he's in here and he didn't go out the window, maybe you should look for trapdoors and stuff. Or look under the bed. Or the chair. Did you do any of that? Ah, screw it. From Illinois to Wisconsin? Okay, gotcha. Of course, I have no children, but I would highly recommend young people to consider. Oh, Bacon, you said okay, sorry. Bacon, I totally misunderstood when you said my boy. I go to see my boy in Wisconsin. I thought you meant your son. It's just been a while since I've heard people refer to their friends as their boy. Like growing up, it was said a lot. Like, oh, it's my boy right there. But it's been a while since I've heard somebody say, like, again, that's my boy. Like Ugnip. He was like, yeah, my boy. I was like, oh, that's his son. I think he actually called it his son. So maybe that's just me being old and forgetting the hip lingo of the day. So yeah, I think Ugnip, you said my son. And I'm guessing, Bacon, if it had been your son, you would have said your son. But yeah, I misinterpreted it as my boy. Isn't it common to spell it with an I, though? If it's like, this is my boy. My boy, that's a B-O-I. I don't know. I'm old. That's all I have to say about that. But I would highly recommend young people to consider the trades. Again, I have no debt and make $100,000 a year. I mean, come on. Yep, I could buy a better car, but why? I don't care. I'm going to ride the car until the wheels fall. Exactly, Bacon. That's where I'm at with mine. Not only because of those reasons, but also I'm not a big fan of the whole, hey, we've got ways to automatically shut your car off. It's for your own safety, it's for your own good. But, if we just decide that we don't want you driving today because, you driving is killing the earth, then that's just the way it's going to be. And you're just going to have to find another way to get around, or, just not leave. So I'm keeping it for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I mean, here's the thing. If I was a millionaire, would I have a cool car? I would love to, honestly. I don't know that I'd ever be able to drive it in public. I would love to get the M3 from Need for Speed Most Wanted. In 2005, I think. 2005 Need for Speed Most Wanted. Yeah. So if I was a millionaire, I would have a DeLorean. They're unreliable, they're underpowered, they're heavy, they're not great cars in general, but I would love to just have a piece of 80s, it's such an 80s car. It is such an 80s car. Obviously the Back to the Future is a big part of that, but I would love to have that and just I wouldn't go on a long road trip with it, but run errands or something. I would love to have the GT, the M3 GTR from Need for Speed Most Wanted. Even, the same paint scheme. For my tastes, it's a beautiful car. Again, German engineering, high performance, high upkeep, and low resale, and not terribly reliable overall. My uncle actually has, I think he every 5 years, I think he buys a new BMW, and he had an M5. I think it was the last one that I know of, and it was in the shop I want to say the first year he had it. It was in the shop a total of 3 months. When it ran, it was amazing. It was luxurious. It was comfortable. It ran like a champ. It was the best, awesome car. But yeah, he had that thing back in the dealership so many times because things would just go off on it. Certain things wouldn't work. But yeah, the M3, I think it's a beautiful car. The way that the package they have on there, I like the paint scheme. So yeah, if I had an excessive amount of money, being honest with myself, I would like to say that I wouldn't care, but I think being honest with myself, I would probably get some iconic cars. I'd probably get a Trans Am, a la Kit. I probably wouldn't get the woo-woo one there. I wouldn't make the DeLorean look like the Back to the Future car, but just to have that kind of thing. So I would have iconic cars from my childhood, just like I collect models and stuff of that stuff now. I'd like to have a Trans Am. I'd like to have a DeLorean. I'd like the BMW M3. And probably I'd get a all-wheel drive vehicle, something that I could take out in bad weather. And that's it. And then I still have my Corolla that I'd go most of the time that I'd be driving that. But I'd probably soup it up a little bit. I would love to make a sleeper out of my Corolla I would love to, maybe I'd like to paint it like an orange color, or that nice laser red. But no ground effects, no whatever stuff on it, but just put some kind of turbocharge, I think is what you put in imports, car in there. So the thing is 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. I don't think you can actually soup it up that much. But anyway. Yeah, that particular friend I've known for over 20 years. Nice. Who is Big Beezy? What do you mean, Big Beezy? You just answered your own question there, Joe. By the way, hello, Joseph. Big Beezy is Body Bag Beezy. Well, he is the renamed Barrett. The original character's name is Barrett. But Body Bag happened to be watching while I was playing. I was like, okay, what should I name this? And he was like, call him Big Beezy. I'm like, all right, he is Big Beezy. So every character in here was pretty much democratically named, other than Zelda, because I wanted a name or something, but nobody really had any suggestions, so we just went with Zelda. But we have our cat is Anubis. That was a suggestion from chat. And I can't remember who brought that one up, but we actually did a whole dice roll. We did a lot of stuff to get to the names. Big Beezy was just an off-the-cuff suggestion by Body Bag, so that's who he is. Schwaaard, obviously, it's a little self-congratulatory, but of course he's going to be called Schwaaard. But I think honestly, Schwaaard fits a guy with a freaking ginormous meat cleaver strapped to his back. You can't see it now for whatever reason. But I think Schwaaard, as a variation of the word sword, fits this character far more better than Cloud. What the hell is Cloud? Come on. Cloud Strife, I think? I mean, come on. Schwaaard, I mean, he's 95% sword. So I think it would have been a good name regardless, but let's see. Body bag makes a final. So it's funny, Joe, I see you saying, I thought you were saying, for some reason I read it because I was talking about cars, body bag making a something Camaro. I was like, I don't know how you know what kind of car he drives, but okay, cool. He drives a Camaro. Good for him. I'm guessing it's Barrett. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Yep, exactly. I'm 37. You, if anyone wants to share. 44. Joe's 34. Yep. Got a 10-year difference there. Todd Howard. It just works. Right. Yeah. I love that catch-all. Todd Howard. He will probably be known more for that quote than anything else. Cause I don't know. Unless somehow the Elder Scrolls 6 blows us out of the water, out of the gate, and doesn't require a modding community to keep it, to sustain it and make it interesting, his legacy is going to crash and burn, such that it is. If I had a ton of money, I'd get a big-ass truck for sure. Yeah. Or an old-school Chevelle. Oh, yeah, like a 67 Chevelle. All right, yeah. Let me take a look at that. I wouldn't, if I was going to go old, admittedly, I'd probably go Stingray. Just because. Oh, yeah. So it's weird. When I think of Chevelle, I think of 80s Chevelle, which is I think Wayne's World hatchback. But no, yeah. They've got some good 67 Chevelle. I mean, it pretty much looks like a Mustang to a degree anyway. Like the old school Mustangs. Yeah. See, now here's the thing. If I were to get one of those, I would have to modernize the interior a little bit. I'd keep the upholstery. I'd want to keep the look and everything, but it would have to have I'd have to be able to it'd have to have an updated stereo, not subwoofers or anything, but just, make it so that I can listen to music off a USB or my phone or something like that. So update the stereo a little bit and make sure maybe, I don't know how good, I don't even know if 67 had air conditioning. I'd probably leave the window crank just because that's an aesthetic of it, and you don't want to necessarily mess with that too much. But I'd have to make sure it was comfortable to drive. I think when you go back that far, there's a lot of it that's harder to deal with. But I wonder what the mileage is, what the gas mileage is on an older car. Because you think, that was back when it was the purest form of power, so it probably isn't that great. 67 Chevelle gas mileage. 13.87, so 14 miles a gallon. But just kind of like the M3, that's not a car that's not a commuter car. It's a car that you just romp around in and have a freaking good time. Black, and I want an engine sticking out of the. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like if you're gonna do a Chevelle, if you're gonna go with the 60s car, you got to have the, I don't know what even that was called. It wasn't a Hemi, I don't believe, but yeah. Now, honestly, I'm not seeing any here. I just looked up 67 Chevelle. I'm seeing a lot of versions of it, but nothing with the I think it's a supercharger that sticks out or something. Haven't seen any with that, but not yet. I don't think anybody wants to mess up the hood. But yeah, that would be fun. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I see one that has flames on the hood, and yeah, that's pretty cool looking. I've always wanted an El Camino as well. Are those they look like a pickup truck and a Chevelle had a baby? Where it's like a pickup truck but not really. 67 Oh no, El Camino. Yep. My friend, not from the 60s. I think one of my neighbors had one from they have an 80s, right? They don't make them anymore, but yep. Yeah, my neighbor had a 1980 or 85 El Camino. Yeah, it's the love child of a pickup truck and a name your muscle car from back in the day. It's probably the first iteration. You know how we have sport utility vehicle is kind of like a a truck combined with whatever. I think El Camino is like your first hybrid, model thing. Okay, yeah, it's got a bed in it, so you can carry stuff around, but the front end looks like a Mustang or something. Ah, yes, Anubis the cat, named after the dog. Wait, no, Anubis is a cat, isn't it? Isn't that like an Egyptian god or something? Yeah, Anubis is an Egyptian cat. Oh wait, no, is it is it a dog? Oh no, I thought Anubis was an Egyptian cat god. Aren't Egyptians all about the cat? No, it's definitely a dog. Well, they call it the dog of... Is it the god of death or the dog of death? Jackal. Jackal-headed figure. Jackal, that's a cat. Cats are jackals. So Anubis is the name of a jackal god thing, which is, I think, more cat than dog. Even though I'm seeing images of it and it looks very Doberman Pinscher-y. Isn't a jackal a cat? Is it a feline? Oh yeah, canine or feline. There you go. No, a jackal is a canine, not a feline. Dang it! So it is a dog. What? A member of the dog family. Jackals are nocturnal animals that live in open country. Well, who cares about all that? It's a dog. Who? We have it on record who it was that suggested it. I only thought Anubis would work because I thought Anubis was, because Egypt, they're supposed to be all about cats. Why they have a deity that's a dog, I don't understand. The Egyptians are a very, well, ancient Egyptians. I can't say that about modern Egyptians, but ancient Egyptians are a peculiar breed. And I don't say that because we're talking about dogs and cats. Dang it. Well, we learned something today, folks. We learned something today. We now have a cat-like creature named after a dog-like deity. And yeah, that could be why things started going downhill. To be honest, even if I had infinite money, there's nothing I'd care for. Well, hold on. Cloud is 95% Schwaaard. Exactly. Maybe. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't mind meeting with Jodelle Furland. I don't know who that is. But I think you have to have more than money when it comes to mixing it up with people. Although, I guess if you have enough money. Now, I gotta say, Bacon, I am not familiar with her at all, but she's not what I was expecting. In terms of somebody, like, usually when people talk about somebody, it's like, oh, Scarlett Johansson. Or maybe, 10 years ago, Scarlett Johansson. She's actually a gal I could... Alright, not a big fan of the septum piercing. But, like, yeah, she's an attractive young lady. But an attractive in a... for lack of a better term, like a normal way. Like, you're not going to look at her and be like, oh my gosh, she's whatever. What has she been in? I haven't seen any of these movies. I had no idea. Canadian actress. Okay, there you go. How old? She's 30. Okay, so yeah, probably a little too old for me, but probably just right for you. You said you're 37. Yeah. Oh yeah, she'd be great. Is she married? I'm trying to set you guys up now. But yeah, she looks very well. In 2016, she looked very, very. Just kind of like girl next door. Although I will say, I was watching. There's a channel, I can't remember the name of it right now. But he was doing like reviews of, or not reviews, but just kind of like, YouTube video on Transformers. And they had a very brief clip of Megan Fox in her audition for Transformers. So right before that whole thing took off, she was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, now granted, she was probably pretty darn young at that point, but like in terms of compared to now, like she's terrifying now. She looked good in Transformers, but it was before the makeup. Like it was just her during an audition. It's like, man, like how many beautiful young women, or beautiful women in general, have been chewed up and spit out and come out looking like monsters on the other side of Hollywood, like, it's unfortunate. But no, she's not married, Bacon. So, there's a chance. You just keep saving up and set up a date. And yeah, and maybe you can tantalize her with some American citizenship. I mean, it's not that easy, but be like, hey, if you want to become a U.S. citizen, apparently your country's going to be the 51st state anyway. I don't know why we're going to go for an odd number. I think if we're going to do if we're gonna add a state, we should do it in twos. We should keep it even. 52 sounds cool. There's 52 cards in a deck, whatever. But yeah, no, but that's refreshing to see somebody like that. When her picture popped up, I was like, oh, it's not some like busty whatever or you know Angelina Jolie type thing. It's she looks like a normal gal, and she's cute. Good on you. Good on you. I never said anything about a Camaro. I know, Joe, I know, but I was talking about cars. When you came in, I was talking about cars, and you said Cameo. Cameo looks a lot like Camaro if you're just kind of glancing at it and you're already thinking cars. I see Cameo. I'm seeing Camaro. I wouldn't mind meeting with... Oh, there you go. Don't want to buy it, though? What, don't want to buy Jodell? And that's an instance of a unique name that doesn't sound like stupid. Like, it's not Apple. It's not anarchist. It's not butterfly. Like Jodell is a word. It's a nice sounding name, Jodell. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It sounds nice. It's not common, but it sounds like an actual name and not we're just trying to be trendy or whatever. You know, like Turd Ferguson, like trying to be trendy. Why are you like 3 minutes behind what we're texting? Well, so because Bacon, if you haven't noticed, I get stuck on a certain comment, and so I'm talking about that comment for like 3 minutes, and so when I finally get to the next comment, I'm behind. I think there's only like authentically there's like a 16-second delay. Like right now, none of those noobs can win fairly. I don't know what he's talking about exactly. Oh, lost to Invade, guard draw, lost to Market, lost to double Alfiq before turn 8. As usual, I only lose to bullshit. Some things never changed. None of those noobs can win fairly. I'm just surprised you're back in the game, Joe. Because I remember you were like, I'm done. I uninstalled it. But you, I mean, admittedly, you said you were probably going to come back. But yeah, anyway, Bacon, I have a hard time because I do have a tendency to flap my gums. I end up missing and I try to address most comments. Like I like unless I really have nothing to say, I try to contribute to the comments. But if you have any amount of volume with them, and by volume I mean number, not loudness, then I end up getting delayed. If you've ever watched like a Legends stream, which I don't know that you have, but on a 7-hour stream, I'm usually 2.5 hours behind chat. It's not because I want to. I don't think it's a good way to do things, but I also don't want to blow past comments. So I was thinking it was timing. I was timing it 5 minutes to 30 seconds. Yeah, so I was just talking about, what was it? When Joseph never Camaro. Yeah. See, that was said at 12:22, and it's 12:34 now. But no, I'm seeing your stuff in live time. It's just a matter of how. Like I just saw it. Just curious. There you go. So see, I'm on it. But yeah, that's it. That's it. It was me that said Anubis, but if I remember right, Red X is a wolf. Oh, is he? Okay, well, let's see. Then I was kidding, of course, Carlos, but Red X, what is Red X? Let's see. So we may actually, yeah, so let's see. Character specimen dedicated captive experiment on, although he's 48 years old, development equivalent to 15 or 16-year-old human by as long as species standards. They don't really necessarily. I mean, to your point, I think Carlos, regardless of what exactly is, it doesn't really say. Unnamed mother and his father Seto, the previous watcher of the Veil. I don't think they say exactly what he is. At least as far as I can see, they don't name that right off the jump. They tell you what his eye color is. Beast research specimen. Well, that's his occupation apparently. But yeah, to your point, if you look at the art for the character, he looks like a jackal. He does actually look like a jackal. A very stylized, hip, and edgy, with a tail of fire, of course, jackal. So, I think an argument could be made that it is still apropos, even if he is technically a cat. Which, I mean, he does. He kind of has the snout of like a tiger or a lion. You know, if you see lions without their mane, he kind of looks like a maneless lion. But yeah, it's ambiguous enough. And I think the name is cool. It's a cool name. I didn't put that much thought into it. And I guess he could be a wolf. But kudos to you, Carlos, because even if he isn't a wolf, he is in fact some kind of cat-ish creature. The fact that you knew that Anubis was a canine, which would mean akin to a wolf, you were way over on me. I had no clue. Obviously, I thought a jackal was a cat. Ugh. From when you responded to the question I asked when you answered. Kid to wild, kinda wild. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I can, I have it just set to live chat. If I could prioritize questions, I would, just because that's requesting interaction where somebody just making a comment isn't. But I can't do that. So a lot of times I'll see a question and then I'll answer it in a very long-winded way, and then I'll look 2 comments down and somebody else answered the question in a much more concise manner. It's just a thing. All right. Let's see. An apparently dead organism was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Professor Gast named that organism Genova. X year, X month, X day. What a crappy book. It doesn't even tell you the year, the month, the day. It's just like, oh, this random year, this random day. I mean, they don't want to age it, but look, you could set this thing reasonably. You could set this thing 200 years in the future, and nobody's going to be like, it's not like what they used to do in the 80s. Like, I feel like there was an epidemic in the 80s and 90s where they couldn't believe that, like, they had it in their head that anything in the year 2000 was just so far away because it's 2000 instead of, the thousands. That, like, we have so many movies that instead of being set in the year, 2060 or 2100 or something, it's set in like 2005. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, that's what the Transformers, the movie, the cartoon, was set in the year 2005. And it's like, why? That's only 20 years away from 1985, right? Yeah. Like, and the same thing, Back to the Future. Now, Back to the Future at least makes sense because it was pretty much 30 years back, 30 years forward, so I don't think they were trying to. But like in this one, don't say X year, just say 200 years. Make it the year 2190. Because I guarantee you by the year 2190, nobody's going to give a crap. And even as good of a game as this allegedly is, I doubt anybody's really going to be playing or thinking about Final Fantasy VII in its current iteration. And that goes true for Mario. I think 200 years is enough time. Society is going to move past all the stuff that we hold dear now. But that's just the way it is. X year, X month, X day. Genova confirmed to be an ancient. X year, X month, X day. Genova project approved. The use of Mako Reactor 1 approved for use. Mumble, mumble, grumble, etc. So on and so forth. Big baggy pantaloons. Taken away from my mysteriousness and my... Oh gosh, this is so boring. This is the worst literature I've read in forever. My mother's name is Genova. Genova Project. Is this just a coincidence? Okay, if your mother's name is Genova Project, I'm going to say anytime your mother's last name is Project, probably not the mother you think she is. Like, if your mother's name is Chernobyl Disaster, it's probably not your mother's actual name. It means you were born out of the radiation caused by the disaster. Sephiroth may be powerful, but he's not terribly clever. Professor Gast, why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? I'm gonna say he didn't choose to do that. But this is very Luke. Ben, why didn't you tell me? Okay, and this is what we're walking into. Clearly, this is going to go well. And why are we in some mad lab in a secret entrance deal? Like, none of this feels good. Let me be alone. I need to be, in case you didn't understand when I went into my secret entrance and buried myself down here, I don't want to be talking to you right now, Cloud. Sorry, Schwaaard. Oh, good. Yeah, we'll let you be alone. We're just going to go... Again, pre-rendered. There's not going to be anything here for us to do, is there? Any other secret lab stuff? Hello, Mrs. Genova Project. Can Genova Project Jr. come out and play? No, I'm sorry, dear. He can't. He's a monster. And I like anytime you've got green goo in anything, it just doesn't look good. Like this is very Frankenstein-esque. I'm sorry, all these containers full of green. Just green is not good. The pink stuff is fine. Pink is fine. Purple would be fine. Blue is actually kind of cool. Like probably good stuff going there. But we've got what looks to be a Metroid or a lava lamp on the desk, and we've got vats of green ooze. This does not bode well. Jodelle Furland is such a cutie. She was in Stargate, Supernatural, Dark Matter, Twilight. Yep. The only one I might have seen, if it was the original Stargate, like that came out a long time ago, I've seen that, but I think she was too young to be in that. Oh, he continued to read as if he was possessed by something, and not once did the light in the basement go out. And so it was. It seems so weird seeing somebody laying on a bed and not having their phone or an iPad or something with them. It's just such a strange thing. It's like, why are you just laying there doing nothing at all? Like, you're not asleep, your eyes are open, but you don't have a phone in your hand? What kind of weirdo are you? How are you living? Do you even call that living? It's very strange. Break into the safe. Break into the safe. Dagnabbit. All right. Schwaaard clearly does not have the attention span necessary to follow the plot of this game. I do, Joe. It's just... Sephiroth seems different. So you found out this secret passage that's very cleverly hidden behind whatever? You notice how he didn't get fuzzy that it went down. There's no depth of field in this story. I'm very, very disappointed. I'll tell you that the bells are ominous though. Ha 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 ha. Never good when people who don't typically laugh start laughing. It's unfortunate because you'd like to think that everybody would be natural laughing. There's some people you don't want to see or hear laughing. Sephiroth definitely, because you know it's not anything funny. Who is it? A traitor. Traitor? You ignorant traitor. I'll tell you. This planet originally belonged to the Cetra. The former Cetra that was called Etc. Cetra was an itinerant race. They would migrate in, settle the planet, then move on. At the end of their hard, long journey, it was said they would find the promised land and supreme happiness. But those who disliked journeying appeared. They stopped their migrations, built shelters, and elected to lead an easier life. The sons of bitches. They took that which the Cetra and the planet had made without giving back one whit in return. I thought not giving a whit was like not giving a care. It's not like you're actually giving something. It's kind of like they didn't consider the planet. So he's on our side then? Those are your ancestors. Oh, we're doing this crap, are we? You're responsible for the sins of your ancestors. Sephiroth. Long ago, disaster struck the planet. Your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Cetra. After that, your ancestors continued to multiply. Now all that's left of the Cetra is in these reports. What does that have to do with you? Don't you see? An ancient named Genova was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. There. Did I have to spell it out for you? How do you not get it? And is this my freaking cleavage or am I wearing a necklace? I can't decide. I cannot decide. But every time I look down, I'm like, are we just saying is his chest that big that we're seeing this defined cleavage? Or is it some kind of necklace that he's wearing with his, you know, what do you call that? Dashing, drooping neckline or whatever it's called, that particular style. Anyway. The Genova Project. The Genova Project wanted to produce people with the powers of the ancients. Or the Cetra. I am what was produced. Produced? Wait, that's not French. Well, arguably nothing I'm saying is French. Yes. Professor Gast, leader of the Genova Project and genius scientist, produced me. How did he... Don't walk away when I am trying to get the rest of the story. Sephiroth! Out of my way. I'm going to see my brother. Gah. I've got my mother's nose and my father's mouth. Or was it my mother's mouth and my father's nose? Either way, clearly I have neither. This is why history sucks, folks. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. Am I the crazy one? I wouldn't mind Wi-Fi-ing her. I don't know what Wi-Fi-ing is. She's somebody who I could see myself waking up to in the morning. Meaning, like, for me personally, I don't look at people like what I do. Like, I wouldn't sleep with anybody just if I don't know what Wi-Fi-ing is, but if that's what Wi-Fi-ing is, no. Oh, wifing. Why, maybe wifing her? Is that what that means? Wifing? No, wifing her. I don't know. But I do look at, like, is this somebody who I could spend the rest of my life with? And I don't know her as a person. She's Hollywood, so I don't know her personality, how much she's been indoctrinated by that industry. But just off of looks, I would consider giving her a chance. Yeah, she's cute, bacon. Okay, and if that's all that means, then yes, she's cute. But she's Canadian, so her anatomy is cold as ice. As long as you can handle that, it's fine. I mean, that's what I heard, at least. Handle what? Her genitals being very cold. That's just what I heard. I don't know if it's true. All Canadians have freezing cold. Well, not all Canadians, Joe, because not all Canadians have that particular anatomy. So your source is wrong, unless all Canadians are female, which I don't think that's the case. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to ask Io. If Bodybag here, you could probably confirm it or not. He's from Buffalo. I don't know what you mean, Joe. I'm not sure how else I can explain it. Try? Anyway, I gotta go. Bye, Schwaaard. Bye, Joe. Take care, Joe. It's a shame that I won't be here to see you read my... but I'm sure you'll be disgusted when you see it. I mean, I just don't know where that... other than that Canada is cold? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that's. I mean, maybe there's a perception that Canadian gals are. I mean, I'm just interpreting bacon from what I can tell, because I tend to be a little not expletive. What do you call that? I explain more. I think there is a stereotype or a preconceived notion, or at least somebody believes, that Canadian gals maybe are not exactly the most passionate lovers. And so a way of crassly phrasing that is to claim that their genitals are a colder temperature. I haven't heard that. I don't know any Canadians myself, Canadian gals anyway, and I certainly have not experienced any kind of intimacy with them, so I can't say. I can't imagine that would be true for any particular reason. Like, why Canadian gals would be different than American gals, and I think some probably are not as enthusiastic as others. But yeah, I don't think that's the province of Canadians. But now what that has to do with Buffalo, because Buffalo is New York, not Canada. I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery there. But I think the bottom line was Joe was making a joke, and it just didn't stick the landing. Possibly because the audience is not familiar with his lore, or the lore that he is familiar with, and so we're just gonna go, huh? But no, she's a gal. Like I said, I think she'd probably look good without makeup. That's one of my biggest things. I don't care how you look with makeup on. I want to see what you look like without makeup, and you don't have to be universally hot or attractive. I just need to be attracted to you. Like when I wake up in the morning and I look over, I don't want to be like, oh, please put your face on. This is horrible. I just want to look over, and I may not be like, oh my gosh, she's the most beautiful woman in the world. Like when she's got, she's doing, hey baby, and I'm not going to be either. I know what I look like in the morning, but your gal, Jodelle, I think is what her name was. She looks like somebody who would be pleasant enough to get to know. Finally, Schwaaard, the source of my fantasy, part 5. I'm glad you have your makeup on. I don't wear makeup big. Well, okay, I do wear a little bit. I mean, but that's because, if I'm going to be on the screen, I don't want to be an eyesore. So yes, I have some mascara and some basic foundation, little bit of blush to make my cheeks pop a bit. Honestly, though, I could use a little bit of not degreasing. I don't know. I can't remember what we call that. I mean, I'm not my forehead is not sweaty. The problem is I have a light right there. And in order for it to be bright, it's not even really bright because my hair is dark, so it's not even really bright enough to get. It doesn't really give my hair any true definition, but it's not just a black blob on the top of my head. So I've got a light up there, which is good for that. But because I don't have it far enough back, because I can't move the stand any further back, it does hit my forehead. So in theory, if I was doing makeup or something, I would just do a little bit of de-shining right here, which is solved if I keep my head down. If I'm not doing this the whole time, I'm fine. But if I don't keep it down, then you see a little bit of that. Otherwise, I don't think there's any need for makeup. Now, if I was full screen, then oh my gosh, I'd have to go hardcore on it. But tonight is a night when the choice from Humble Bundle gets charged. Do you want Old World Crime Boss, the Invincible Inculinati, Atlas Fallen, plus 5 more games for the small $12? For the small price of $12? React now. All right, that's not how they say it on the site, is it, Ugnip? Because I'd probably be like, tonight is the night. For a limited time only. For only this night only, tonight only. Do you want world-class crime boss, the Invincible, that word that I can't pronounce, Atlas Fallen, plus many, many more games for the low, negligible price of only $12? Act now before digital supplies run out. That's what you want to do. But there we go. I'm glad, Ugnip, it looks like you had to dig a little bit, but you're able to come up with a deal. Choose choice and sign up. Already gave my money to Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Yeah, I gotta agree with Ugnip there. Humble Bundle definitely has the edge, but what's done is done. Also very true. I feel like he's texting more stuff that I don't see. Finally, Schwaaard. Let's see. Great nose job too. Oh, yeah, no. I actually, I think it broke at one point. And it's still there. Like there's a bulge right here where the nose got broken. I think it's actually crooked. I think my nose is actually a little bit crooked, but I'm not rich enough, vain enough, or interested enough to straighten it out. It's not that bad. But you think this is bad now. It used to be twice this size. Look at that schnoz. It's huge. It's like half my face. More than that, actually. So when I look at myself objectively, I'm one of those ones where I look, if I was photoshopping it, more chin, a little less nose. I think the distance from here to here is okay. I think the distance from here to here is all right, but definitely need just a little bit more chin and a little bit less nose. So I'd probably move the mouth and the bottom of my nose up just a little bit, make the nose a little bit shorter, and give myself a little bit more of a chin. And I only say that because I do that for other people as well. I'll look at a celebrity and I'll be like, she would be great if we could just move her mouth and nose up, or if we could just do this, or just maybe not angle the nostrils quite so high, maybe just kind of nerf them a little bit. It's just how your mind works if you deal with Photoshop for any length of time, at least for me. But yeah, I've done it on myself. I'm like, yeah, I could use a little bit of work. At least in my humble opinion, I would like to see those changes. I would also like my eyes to be symmetrical. They're not. It would be nice if they were. Matt Damon, though, I don't know, like, he has the least symmetrical eyes and eyebrows. You look at the guy sometimes, and like he's just kind of giving you like a normal look. He's got one eyebrow cocked like half up his forehead, and one eye is like half is the size of the other one. It's very much like mine. But anyway, it's interesting. I think it's fun to just look at that. Nope, it's me. Okay, so I appreciate, Ugnip, you giving us the spiel. I appreciate you adding some pizzazz and some gravitas to the sale. Not just saying, hey, check out Humble Bundle. Like, you actually were trying to draw people in. And you got the all caps. I mean, it's definitely something that people will click on, I think. I haven't checked out Humble Bundle for some time. That's what Ugnip is here for, Big Hein. He's here to remind you that Humble Bundle is a thing, and you should check it out while supplies last. Tonight is the night that I will fall for you. I'm not familiar with that song, Bacon. It sounds like it's a song. I thought it was maybe tonight. It's all right, tonight. Everybody like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyway, I can't sing for squat. I'm not sure where that song is from, but I can appreciate the sentiment of lyricizing a reference. Looks perfect to me, and I think you were distracting from the fact you had a nose job. No, I'm giving evidence as to how I didn't. If I had a nose job, well, I really can't make those changes. I mean, I can make my chin bigger, but not proportionally. I couldn't do what I want to do, which is make the nose a little bit smaller, and while making the chin bigger. Because literally just moving this part of my face up would do that. I think that would be either impossible or very, very painful and counterproductive to do so. So my point is, I didn't have a nose job, because if I did, that's what I would have done. I'm not distracting from it. I'm just saying I didn't. Nearly threw me off, pretty boy. Well, I tried. You can't blame a pretty boy for trying. Cataclysm, she's got a goofy eyebrow, but damn, she's fine. She gets a pass. Not Cataclysm. Castaclysm? Is this a fantasy character? Am I gonna... Oh no, it's a real person. Alright, so Bacon, we've got similar taste. We've got similar tastes. I have never seen her before in my life. Is she not? She's not an actress. Is she just like a Instagram person? Oh no, there we go. She's been in something where looks like she's wearing a costume. Oh, yeah. She reminds me. There's a gal I went to school with named Kenan Lubalai. Probably shouldn't name her, but whatever. She kind of reminds me of her. Yeah, no, I think, like, both of these gals, and this would explain why, they both have a very Eastern Europe look to them. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's not at least partially, like, German and Puerto Rican or something. Like, she's got a darker skin tone, but she does, to my eye anyway, look like, Ukrainian. But no, yeah, she's Jordana Brewster. Big, I'm guessing Bacon Pancakes. If maybe, I don't know what she looks like now, but like Fast and Furious 1, Jordana Brewster, she reminds me of her. I mean, not that they look alike, but that look in general. Yeah. Now, again, anytime somebody just has a first name, makes me think we might not get along personality-wise. But I do give her, and she doesn't have, like Matt Damon has. It's like one eyebrow doing the thing. It looks like she has just the natural shape of her eyebrows tend to be a little bit more, perky, I guess. I don't know, like they point up to a significant degree and then an angle down. Whereas other people, like I have very rounded, kind of flat eyebrows. Her natural eyebrows are pointy-ish, and pretty high up, which gives it that kind of exotic look. But yeah, it looks like she's just a streamer, as best as I can tell. Cool, good for her. But yeah, definitely. definitely dig on the taste. Yeah, she at least has appearance of what I consider to be like a wholesomeness, but i.e. no, she hadn't Megan Foxed herself. We'll just call it foxing yourself. It's very few bundles at the moment. After all the good ones are gone, for now they will return. I love that Ugnip. I like that multifaceted plug. There's not many left because all the amazing ones sold out immediately. But don't worry, they will return. That's a good one. Oh, she's a YouTuber. Okay. Oh God, you could keep her. Really? Well, now see, I don't know. I have not seen her, so she may be obnoxious as hell. Well, it's Google, man. Yeah, I've got Google up here. I just type her name into Google and magically the results appear. But yeah, all I know is she's U.S. Air Force, 28 female, and plays a lot of games I like. Those are all. She's former Air Force. I will say that's a huge selling point for me. I do like the idea of a gal who's been through the military, because I think that does a lot of course correction on how, I mean, a guy or a girl. I think the military, for good or bad, the things it does, I think it does set you on a course of, in a positive direction, in terms of responsibility, in terms of getting your act together, in terms of how the real world works, in terms of exposure to a lot of different things. I think it does open your eyes a little bit, in a lot of ways, in a lot of functional ways. Not like, you know, again, I know I've been ragging on school, but like the world of academia doesn't open your eyes to jack diddly squat other than what is in the world of academia. In fact, the institutions have become more insular. They're more concerned with making sure kids are not having to confront things that will make them uncomfortable or upset them or whatever. It's a very crippling. Modern education, modern universities, at least in America, are actually crippling more so than they are empowering or helpful. But so yeah, an attractive gal who likes to play games, has some military experience. She's of the age where I think you start to enter into really who you really are. So in other words, at the age of 28, and I mean, we've talked about this. It's not a guarantee that you can't grow apart, but I would like to think that at 28, she's more or less going to have opinions, views, personality that is going to track for most of the rest of her life. Some changes here and there, but she's kind of on her path there. But yeah, if she's, I don't know if she's obnoxious, if she's whatever. I mean, I'm not seeing any like overt, like look at my boobie shots. Like there's some things of her in like a bathing suit or whatever, but it doesn't look, she's not doing, most of the pictures I would consider wholesome. They're not the cameras up here looking down at my bust and I'm looking up giving some sexy look. I mean, she's got a few of those, but in general, she's just smiling at the camera. A lot of it, her body's turned away from it, so it's not like, hey, look at my boobies or look at my assets. It's just like, hey, I'm smiling. So I dig on her presentation, I will say. I like the way she presents herself, or the way Google has presented her to me. And she likes cats. She's got a cat. That's one thing. There's a lot of beautiful gals out there who I would totally give a chance. But I see pictures of them with the dogs, and I'm like, I'm not a dog guy. Like I'm not a pet person in general. But if I had to choose, I'm definitely going cat. And so finding, you see on a gal who's all about her dog, it's great. I love it, and it's cool. But I'm like, man, I'd have to sacrifice a lot to dig on the dog thing. You know, and then I'm the one who's probably gonna have to be picking up the poop and taking it for walks and everything. And if I don't, you know, understandably she might be a little flummoxed. Whereas like with a cat, I'll change the kitty litter once in a while, put out the friskies. But yeah, I don't know, man. I might give Cataclysm a chance, or Castaclysm. I'm sure that's not her full name. I think it's Maggie is her name, which is a cool name if that is her name. Anyway, I'm on board, but I'm a really busy guy. Like I play games too. You know, and I'm guessing my audience is not quite the size of hers, but you know, I'm an important person. You know, I got stuff to do. I've got to get lost in this game, and I think I've done a good job with that. Like, there's this very ominous music playing, but I don't. like I said, there's no good comes out of having green crap in your basement. I don't say that from personal experience. Just my familiarity with green stuff in general. Who has that is a kitchen table chair at a grand piano. That looks so tacky. That looks low rent right there. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta have a bench. You don't have a straight back chair that looks like he was dragged off. It was! Look at this! Look at this ghetto-ness. You live in a freaking mansion palace thing with freaking giant stained glass windows and all this stuff, and you drag a chair from your table to play the piano? You should have your own like ornate bench that matches the piano. This is low. This is a warning sign, folks. If we were not skeptical of Sephiroth before, right now, like he should be saying, what is this? Why is he using a kitchen table chair to play the piano? This is very strange. I think Sephiroth is on a dark path. The signs were all there. The signs were all there. Oh no! En fuego! I'm sure Sephiroth had nothing to do with this. Hey, it's you! You're still sane, right? What a weird question to ask, but, maybe? Then come over here and help me! Wait, he had a different voice. Sorry, I can't remember. No, he said help him, not sit there and shake your head, you doofus. I'll check the house. You check that one over there. Yeah! He's probably gonna bite. He'd probably take his cape off. That's just a flammable liability. Oh, come on. Dude. Schwaaard. Seriously? Stop shaking your head and stuff and do something. Like, the other guy went in there. Oh. Que terrible. Sephiroth, this is too terrible. Too terrible? Well, unless his sword can light stuff on fire, I don't think that's his fault. Dun, dun, dun. So, Sephiroth is a test tube baby created by a race of people, the Ancients or the Cetera, who are now the Etc., because they no longer exist. And he's pissed because Cloud's, or Schwaaard's ancestors, the people that lived a long time ago, made decisions that ultimately led to them being the Etc. So now he's just pissed off at the world? But he's a lab experiment gone wrong? Or gone right, I guess? There's Tifa. I would say I'm coming for you, Tifa, but I don't really know what I'm doing, so... Going down these giant chains, good, good, good. I seem to be in close air. Are you just going to show up and shake your head again? Or are you going to do something? Papa! Sephiroth? Wait, what? No. Did Sephiroth do this to you? Sephiroth, soldier, Mako reactors, Shinra, random words, strung together by dots. I could do this for hours. Gears turning, rusty pipes, ridiculous one-piece hat. I'm not saying it's ridiculous on One Piece. Luffy is fine, but it just kind of looks silly on her. I hate them all! Well then, I suppose I am no longer soldier. You can call me... you can call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner. Oh dear. I swear... Oh no! Oh no! I was literally just about to say if he says mama. Hey mom. Oh gosh, and he does. Oh no. No. Oh gosh. That's unfortunate. When something strikes me as a joke in my head and he actually says it for reals, that's no good. I was like, hey mom. Hey, good to see you, mom. What's going on? Mother, I'm here to see you. Please open this door. Mrs. Project? How could you do that to Papa and all the townspeople? My name is Tifa. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Kinda, sorta. Oh, poof. What? That looked like a bisecting swipe there. What a dick. I mean, you know what? I'm glad we don't have a sympathetic villain. Because, you know, our world is full of them this day. Okay, come on. You promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. Well, I mean, to be fair, Latifa, you are in trouble, and we are here now. Maybe a little bit late, but we didn't say we'd be there on time. Where are you going, dude? You gonna put her in a pod? So I don't know if that's scalding, because she said she didn't like Soldier. So I don't know how she feels about us right now. She has a very neutral expression. I don't know. I mean, she does have a mouth, which is more we can say for Sephiroth, but I can't really read her expression. She just seems like maybe she's kind of catatonic. I don't know how she's not bleeding out. Like, he didn't hit her with his hand. He didn't slap her, you know, give her a backhand. He sliced her from shoulder to groin or shoulder to hip with a freaking ginormous Schwaaard. I don't know how she's alive and why we're just like, okay, Zelda or Latifa, you sit here and of course you're fine. You fell down the stairs too. I guess maybe she's a super soldier now or something. I don't know. Sephiroth, your mother is so ugly. She... Oh gosh, that's your mother? Ew. Ew. Mother, let's take the planet back together. I thought of a great idea. Let's go to the Promised Land. Sephiroth. My family. My hometown. How could you do this to them? Ha, 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 ha. They've come again, Mother. With her superior power, knowledge, and magic, Mother was destined to become the ruler of this planet. Can't you see? Isn't she magnificent? But those worthless creatures, are stealing the planet from Mother. But now that I'm here with you, you creepy old witch, so don't worry. Oh, I'm gonna grab your boobs. This is awkward. What? What are we doing? Oh, don't say that, Schwaaard. Come on, man. This is soap opera. What about my sadness? My family, friends. The sadness of having my hometown taken away from me. It's the same as your sadness. I have uber sadness. My sadness is greater than your sadness. Your sadness is like a 8.5, and my sadness is like a 9.2. So my sadness is greater than yours, and my sword is slightly thicker. Although somewhat shorter. Ah, 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 ah. my sadness. What do I have to be sad about? I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to be the leader of this planet. I have orders to take the planet back from you stupid poo-poo people for the Cetra. What should I be sad about? You've got me there, Sephiroth. I suppose me being sadder than you doesn't actually give me the upper hand in this particular exchange. Well, you're dumber. Take them apples. Sephiroth, I trusted you. No, you're not the Sephiroth I used to know. Now that's a song, right, Bacon? That I used to know. What is that song? Something that I used to know. Now you're not the girl that I used to know, or something. I don't know. I do apologize for anyone who is. And that's the end of my story. I left Latifa there to bleed out while I compared sob stories with Sephiroth. Wait a damn minute. That's it? No more? I don't remember. And what happened to Sephiroth? In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official record states Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper. Oh, so that makes it true. Wow. Latifa, boy, they got you trained, don't they? Boy, howdy. Well, if I read it in the newspaper, that must be the truth because the newspaper can't lie. Shinra Inc. owns the newspaper, so you can't... there you go, Zelda. Thank you, the voice of reason. You know what? Zelda's a keeper. I'm glad we're going to have her with us for the rest of this game. I like Zelda a lot. She knows what's up. Shinra Inc. owns the newspapers, honey, so you can't rely on that. I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened. Well, I mean, ask Tifa. She had to know, she has to have the other half of the story. Apparently, you got her out of there. I challenged Sephiroth and lived. Why didn't he kill me? Because you're pathetic. Or because he was sad that you were sad. I'm alive, too. Even though I got chopped in half by a sword, I somehow survived. And then the tumble down the stairs. I should have had a concussion, but I was just kind of chilling. A lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Genova? It was the Shinra building, right? Shinra shipped it from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone carry it out later? It was missing from the Shinra building. Sephiroth? Damn! None of this makes sense. I'm with you, Big Beezy. A lot of what you said is crazy and stupid, but I'm with you here. None of it makes sense. I'm glad that we are giving voice to my inner... okay, now we've lost it again. I'm gone! And I'm leaving the thinking to you. Okay, well, let's just not... Yo, Schwaaard, let's get a move on. Yeah, I'm kind of done with the exposition. Let's go. Yo, come on, let's go. Saddle up, rawhide. Oh, brother. But not like, oh, brother, like, oh, mother, like my mother is a... I don't know. ... Schwaaard? How bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? He sliced you. Stab is a pokey poke. He sliced you. I saw it happen. But I'm interested in the answer. I thought you were a goner. I was so sad. Sad is all that matters to me. If I am sad, that is all. I was so sad. So very sad. ... Why am I not dead? How did you resuscitate me? Why do I not have a giant scar across my body? Do I have a scar across my body? Is that canon? Will we ever know about it? The ancients, Cetra, Genova, Sephiroth, and myself. Boy, what's she gonna say here? Okay, I was kind of hoping she would have finished that thought. That would have helped things out a lot, but Oh well. Let's go. Big Beezy's waiting. What a fascinating story. I don't know if he was meant to be sarcastic in that or not. He didn't move at all. His tail was just twitching. I don't know if he was like literally just chilling and enjoyed it or let's see. Yep, military. I'll ask everyone here, but what the hell? I don't get it. How is someone so attractive and a veteran? It's nuts. That is true. Like, honestly, Bacon, I know this is 18 minutes late, so I do apologize, but if you are here, just for the sake of discussion, I will say, like, sometimes you see ads for the military, especially older ones. The newer ones are kind of freaky, but the older ones are, like, it's obvious they got actors. Like, these are actors and models they have that they just slap military gear on. And you're going, okay, yeah, there's a beautiful gal. That's probably not who you're going to see most of the time in the military. But I will say this is not, I mean, what Tulsi Gabbard, I think, is former military. There's a gal, a lawyer out of California who I was going to do some work for, but it didn't work out. But she was also former military, absolutely beautiful. So apparently there are some really attractive gals that go through the military. I don't get it either. To be honest, I'm very surprised by it, but it happens. I just think they're, one in, maybe literally 1 in a million. Well, there's not a million people in the military, I don't think. But 1 in like 300,000. Well, look, I don't mean to front her, but yeah, she's really great. I only learned all this info until after. Oh, maybe y'all could collaborate. Got to get those codes, foo. I never did answer. Which 7 games did you beat? Me? I'm not going to say if you're right or wrong, just curious on your thoughts. Mama, ooh. So, Bacon, are you talking to me about the 7 games that I beat? I mean, I beat a lot of games. And that can't be the real question, right? Like, what 7 games? Like, is there specific games that I've beaten? But, I mean, collaboration would be fun, but I don't see that as a feasible thing. Because here's the problem. Even if... Even if I had a genuine here's the question. Would I go out of my way to collaborate with somebody who I don't even know, haven't really spoken to, don't really know much about, if she didn't look like that? And if the answer is no, then I feel bad doing it. Because then I'm only doing it because, like, ooh, I want to work with a cool, a gal that I think is cute. With really, at the age of 28, there's so much time between us. There's probably not a future there. And as shallow as that sounds, like, having a gal pal, yeah, I mean, if it was genuine, like, there was a girl, actually, that, she said she liked doing comedies, like comedy sketches and stuff like that. She was an actress, and she wanted to do some comedy stuff or whatever. And I remember thinking, I found her attractive, maybe not that level of attractive, but she was an attractive gal, and she was probably in her mid-30s, early to mid-30s. And I thought, okay, well, here's the thing. I can genuinely see a chance for collaboration because there's a lot of stuff that I've written or would like to write, but I can't do it by myself. There's a lot of stuff that I have done by myself. Not to great effect. It's not the best sketches or shorts out there, but it was teaching myself to do stuff. And I would certainly like to be able to write some stuff and some rom-com-y stuff even, kind of sketches. And so it's like, okay, as a writer, we could pair up and maybe do something like that. Unfortunately, I won't go into the details, but the people in work decided that trying to have a discussion with somebody outside of a work environment, she was a contractor, that's sketchy. That telling an actress you would like to discuss possibility of collaboration, that's really sketchy. And that, I mean, they saw it as a date. I was just like, I don't know her from a hole in the wall. I know she likes to act. I know she's got a good work ethic. And it seemed like we had enough to talk about without having to get into personal stuff. So yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with her outside of work because we're here to work, not to socialize. I'm like, no, that's you freak girls out. But anyway, the bottom line is, if she was not so attractive, I don't know that I would be compelled to try to collaborate. And so doing it just for that reason when there really is no functionality to that, and she would be right to be like, this guy isn't trying to come up with. I mean, now if she reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I'd really like to do this content," I'd be like, "Okay," but initiating it, my motives would not be necessarily in the right place. Wouldn't feel great about it. But anyway, 7 games. I mean, I've beaten a ton of games, Bacon. Mario 1, 2, and 3, Mario All-Star, Mario Lost Levels, Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania. These are recent ones. But Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3, Mario World, Punch Out. Well, no, Super Punch Out. Sorry, I never beat Punch Out. But I mean, there's a lot of the games, old games. But I'm sure there's a qualifier in there somewhere that I missed. But I'm not sure about the codes. I'm not going to say if you're right or wrong, just curious. Well, it seems like Sephiroth actually slashed her right underneath her massive mommy milkers, but who knows? Well, but that's what I'm saying, but I mean, that would kill her too. Just someone that I used to know. Oh, because you know that, Big Hind, you know that song. Now you're just somebody. That's it. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. That's it. Brother, it's been too long. And then I think of when we were together. Now and then I think of when we were together. I'm retrying forever, skies just now. Damn, they have done a lot of cool stuff to it. Oh, no. I thought you were reciting lyrics for a second there, Ugnip. I thought you were reciting lyrics. So I was reading it like that. Now and then because anytime you say I and then comma and then I again, it sounds like either it sounds like a poem or a song lyric. Now and then I think of when we were together. And that's what I thought you were doing with this, but I think you're actually saying, I'm retrying Forever Skies just now. Damn, they have a lot of cool stuff to it. So there's a game called Forever Skies that I'm not familiar with. Oh, look who's back. Look who comes crawling back to the channel he abandoned. The channel he abandoned for some football. Well, Bowdy Bag, we've moved on. We've done a lot of things since you were here last. Well, I've talked a lot about stuff. Joe said some things. Bacon said things. I have discovered 2 young ladies who I think are pretty cool looking. But, yeah. It makes my heart hurt how beautiful she is. And she has a nice, cool cat. Looks like Garfield. Anyway, I haven't really done a whole heck of a lot. First one was recite, the other was me talking. You can't do that, Ugnip. You can't switch gears like that on me. Because then I'm like, wait, what? Wait, okay. So, because honestly, if you didn't capitalize forever, I'm retrying forever, comma, skies just now, damn, they have done a lot of cool stuff. Well, up until stuff. That sounds like a lyric too. Now and then I think of when we were together. I'm retrying forever. It actually rhymes with together. So it sounds like it's part of that. So I'm trying forever, comma, skies just now, damn, they have done, well, a lot of cool stuff takes it out of it. You don't have any classical poetry or song lyrics that say, done a lot of cool stuff to it. That kind of takes it all out of it. But for a second, the fact that it rhymed with together, I thought it was all one thing. And then you shift gears. Well, how are they doing, Body Bag? How are the Bills doing at halftime? Are they in the lead? Do they look good? The brother was from Metal Gear Solid. Oh, I've never played Metal Gear Solid, Bacon. So unfortunately, that's why I missed that reference. Sorry, I probably should play those games at some point because they do get a lot of references here. But I'm not a stealth guy. Anybody who's watched me for any time knows I am not a stealth guy. You try. It's like trying to put. You're sneaking like a little. You put like a little pill or something in dog food so that they take their medicine. You try to slide some like cilantro in with my chocolate or cilantro in with pretty much anything. I'm going to be like, oh, gosh. So you give me like the best game in the world and you try to make me stealth my way through half of it or part of it. And I'm like, oh, no, not going to do it. I'm going to find a way to brute force my strength through this stupid thing. All right, anyway. Everybody's here. Schwaaard, take this. Is PHS like Japanese VHS? A PHS! Oh no. Access menu and select PHS. It can only be used on the world map or at a save point. The heck is PHS? Oh. PHS will put us in constant contact with each other. Well, I'll be going. Why are we splitting up again? Did I miss that in all this whole thing? Like, and Zelda's not here, or Latifa's not here. Alright, so I guess we gotta go to... What do we equip, maybe? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so that's... It's gonna be something like save, where we can only do it at certain points. Alright. I guess that's okay. No! Alright. Well, we know Sephiroth is a dick. We know Latifa is immortal. We know Big Beezy doesn't really have a whole lot of processing power in his CPU. What else do we know? We know Schwaaard doesn't remember a pretty important event. And yeah, it was a lot of backstory. Just Sephiroth. I'm guessing he's crazy. I think it's fair to say he's lost his damn mind. Like I don't think he's a sane person, which kind of sucks. I don't like insane villains because they can do anything and you just chalk it up to them being insane. Whereas, you ideally want to. Oh my gosh, that guy probably has the worst foot to body ratio of any. Look at that. Now turn around, dude. Turn around. Look at me. Look at that. Like, because he's actually shorter and smaller than everybody, but his feet are the same size. Like, the clown shoe aesthetic is perplexing to me. Like, why did you choose to have people where 90% of their body is their shoes? Thanks to the Mako Energy Shinra Incorporated developed for us, everything's more convenient now. Yeah, but I'm the enemy because I believe that. I'm a jerk. Sephiroth would slice me in half because, well, everybody would. You would. Like, how dare you find things to be convenient because of power and stuff? And everybody's got a distillery. Like, all these towns have these giant distilleries. They're all cranking out a bunch of disgusting IPAs, no doubt. Oh, she's tapping her foot. She's looking for somebody. Is it true that Shinra makes monsters? Sure. Yeah, well, either way, as long as we use reactors, we can't stand up to Shinra. I mean, a salient point. You kind of have to have an option in place. And I'm sorry, wind turbines are not going to do it. Solar panels aren't going to do it. I don't know if we're going to go that route, but hopefully they find a viable solution somewhere. Oh, gosh, we don't want to do this. We want to go. Go, 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 go. Get out of town. Hit the road. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Once again, I'm Godzilla size, stomping through the village. Ha ha! Run away in fear from giant Schwaaard. Muhahaha! Muhahaha! Okay, it's gotten old fast. I'm leaving now. Sorry, goodbye. So we can save, which we are going to do now, because that was a lot. That was the biggest exposition dump I have ever succumbed to in my life. I guess we can rewrite this, or do we want to rewrite that? Now we can PHS. It's a phone? Oh, wait. That allows us to make... I thought that was going to let us communicate, but I guess not. Okay, and you notice, unless I missed something, this time we don't have any guidance on what we're supposed to do. We're just going to start coming across really goofy-looking villains on these warped motorcycle-looking things. Go, invulnerable Latifa! It's for you, Papa! Bam! Bam, bam, bam! Bam! You duck-billed platypus-looking doofus. Steal! Steal! Steal from this dude. Blah, 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 blah. Well, no, not from the dog. I told you to steal from the dude. Oh, but apparently it turned into a fart. I don't know. Puppers are like, damn, my boys left me. Oh, they actually chickened out. That's cool. Darn foosball. Bobby Boucher, you stay away from that foosball. But mama, I like football. And I saw her boobies, and I like them too. The 0-12 Bills. Wait, what? Why wouldn't it be 12-0 Bills? Or 12-0, right? Because we're talking about the Bills, so wouldn't you lead off with their score? But it sounds like you're saying Bills are up 12-0. TD, safety, and a field goal. Nice. Funny peanut butter works. Wait. Oh, you talking about the hiding things? Yeah. Peanut butter is a good one. My dog didn't know she was eating medication. 65-pound pit bull. You're playing with fire there, Bake, because your dog finds out, and he goes Sephiroth on you. You got to watch that. That's dangerous. They sell pillows, treats, and you have to see the size of the pills my cat is willingly eating. Oh, well, you got another week left, body bag, before your kit's back in good health. Get the cone off and everything. All good, Incarnate. Bet you could though. What are you talking about? Partnering? I don't know. I'm not gonna. I mean, there is just something where you just go. You're not trained, but you just assume, like, if somebody has anything going on in their life, like, unless there's, well, I mean, to be fair, unless, she's probably one of the first people I've seen that doesn't necessarily rock bangs. Like, I don't like short bangs. Like, long bangs typically are pretty good, but I think she actually looks better without the bangs. I just saw one picture of her with bangs. But yeah, I just, I think it's hard, especially for guy-gal things. Like, if it was a dude, like, just a cool dude, and it's like, oh, you want a game? Maybe you could pull that off. I just don't seeing, I don't know. But, I mean, heck, me and Carlos can't even find a game that we can co-op on. I don't know what the heck we play together, but... But maybe it'll happen. Maybe one day it'll happen. Path will cross, and I'll just be like, hey, want to play that game? She'll be like, yeah. I'm like, cool, let's do it. Bills are at home, so it's 0-12. Oh, if it was a away game, it would be 12-0. I didn't realize that was the way things went. I did not know that's how the score was done. 1 week of antibiotics and cone left. Yay! I hope you win big, Buffalo. Who are you playing against, Body Bag? Or, well, who's the Bills playing against? Yeah, I never realized that was the way. I thought it was just whatever team you're... Like, until you get to the final score. If you get to the final score... Why was it the final score was always just the bigger number versus the smaller? Like, 34-0 or 34-2. Like, you never see a final game score where the smaller number is first. So I just always thought it was always the bigger number first, and then, yeah. But I learned something new today. We're going to take everything, and we're going to... Yeah, I mean, see, we're back. I'm going to have to Google this. We're back. I have no freaking clue what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, here's... nope, that's the city we just came out of. There's a crappy little town. And then there's nothing. As far as the eye can see. And I can see pretty far. There's a waterfall. I guess we can go up there, I guess, but I don't remember getting it in all of that rambling conversation, all that exposition. I don't remember a gosh darn thing that said we should probably do something like this. Aha! We've caught them from behind. It's not as dirty as you may think it is. Get him, Big Beezy. Steal from them, Latifa. Yoink their pelts. That would be awesome. It's like you just stole the pelt right off the doggy's back. Yoink. Damn it. guess I'm just gonna have to kick some ass then. At least these dogs aren't actively trying to mount our heroes. Like I don't remember what was it, a cat or something like that. The dude's cat was like literally dry humping. Pretty sure it was just Zelda and Latifa, but I don't want any of my characters to be dry humped. Oh, the jets. Well, you know, enlarge your map and look for towns. There's a cave next to a Chocobo stable you need to go to. Okay, so Carlos, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here, buddy. But Chocobo didn't even come up in the conversation, did it? How do I enlarge the map? Oh, there we go. Wait, nope, that's not it. That can't be it, is that? Nope, that's... How do I... Nope. Enlarge your map and look for towns. I don't know how to enlarge my map. All I can do is pivot. There's no oh, there we go. So the red dots, I guess, are towns. So is that the one I just came from? Yeah, okay. So, well, no, that's the town there. So this is... Whoa! So we want to go there? But that's up a freaking cliff face. We can't go up there. We're gonna have to go the long way around. And in that game, it means we're gonna have to fight like 3,000 stupid little things before we get there. But whatever. All right. Well, at least we have a general sense of where to go next. Even if it is going to be a long walk. Did you steal Barrett's weapon? No? Can I do that? I can't do that, can I? That'd be all me. That's his hand, buddy. Well, if I steal Barrett's hand or weapon, I take his right hand off. It doesn't even work? Like it'd be a stump, right? I'd have to link it to my brain or something. If you have steel material. I do, Bacon. You just left calm. But they don't, on the map, they're not giving me names, are they? Yeah, no, I don't even get names on here. Like in Final Fantasy 1, you at least got names. Like this map is a little ambiguous. So I don't know where that cave is, but yeah, there we go. We found another village. Thank you for, I mean, it's probably not where I need to go, but at least it's something. So yeah, Latifa has steel, but if she steals Barrett's gun, then he doesn't have it. And I think that's a problem, because I can't equip it. Go fight in Midgar area? I don't know where Midgar is! I don't know where Midgar is! Wait, oh, is that the big city we just left? In that case, I kind of do know where that is. But they have those ridiculous motorcycle things with the wheel the front wheels is like this big and it looks like it's held together by a bunch of wires, and the back wheels are like the size of a small mountain. So we're already close. We're gonna check out this little grimy farm area here and see what we get, and then we can go back to Midgar, I guess. Oh well, hey, they're new and ugly. Not the flaming peck. Hate to say it, but that was kind of the nickname I gave my chest back in the day. It's my flaming pecs. But there were many reasons why that name didn't stick around. Use your imagination. I mean, I don't mind this as much because, I mean, yeah, we're kind of getting hit a little bit, but we are going to be getting XP from this, so I don't mind wandering if there's a benefit to it, but we were wandering around before and we weren't getting a whole lot from it. Damn, we're going to have to stay at the end. These guys are putting up a fight. Her combo is probably the most visually entertaining Barrett needs to unload a little bit more. This whole like 3-shot thing is not working for me. I need him to go or something like that. Oh, so I think these are the only because I've heard. I'm guessing these are the Chocobo. Now, if we were to take our lessons from Legend of Zelda, we'd know that attacking these things would be bad news. I mean, they're freaking bigger than we are. Oh, come on! No, we're not gonna do. Bark, 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 bark. Bark. What am I watching? What? I mean, I understand it's my fault for talking to them. What the hell am I watching? It's not stopping. I am powerless. I cannot stop what is going on right now. Receive Choco Mog Materia? I mean, if I had to endure all that, I better get something cool out of it, so I guess that qualifies. We're gonna give that to Latifa, I'm sure. Wait. Choco Mog. Summons Choco Mog. Cool, okay. Okay, there you go. Your first summons. Awesome. I like that. Steal the bikes, I think. The enemies. Okay, you got my we'll try. I mean, I'm glad we stopped here to get our summons, but we'll go back there, Bacon. We'll go back. I can't save. Oh, because I'm not in the main map anymore. She has cure, right? Yeah, she can cure Schwaaard and Big Beezy and herself. I mean, just because I'm all the way up here, I'll go ahead and see what else is going on. Oh. Thinking of crossing the marshes? I guess, maybe. Then it'll probably be safer for you to get a chocobo. That way you can zip through the marshes with the chocobo. Now, I'm completely indifferent, but just so you know, I happen to sell chocobos because, but I have no vested interest in what you choose to do. But I do charge a premium for the use of my chocobos, and yeah, but no, they're the best. I wouldn't use a vehicle of any kind, any flying vehicle. I would use two-legged chickens, giant two-legged chickens like my chocobos here. But they're the best, and yeah, but I would only use mine. I wouldn't buy them from anybody else. I would definitely use my chocobos. It's the only way to avoid by being attacked from the Midgar-Zolom. Midgar-Zolom? You may ask, but you probably didn't. But I'm a conversationally awkward person, so I'm just going to fill in what I think you should be saying. It's a serpent-like creature, over 30 feet tall if it was an inch. 75,000 people have met their demise at its cruel and unusual face. It's hideous. It detects the footsteps of anyone in the marshes. Not a ripoff from Dune at all. Completely different scenario here. Then bam, it attacks. But if you've got some spice, I mean some old spice, I mean some chocobo guts. I'm derailing here. To avoid that, buy a chocobo at me and Chocobo Billy's Chocobo Farm. To purchase a chocobo, please talk to my grandson. He's in the chocobo stables at the far right end of the farm. If you really want to sell me the damn thing, sir, you'll sell it to me now and not make me go talk to your stupid grandson. I will have some of your either deviled eggs or stuffed tomatoes. No, I'm sorry, stuffed green peppers. No, they're pre-rendered. I can't eat them. By the way, there was another person headed towards the marshes. He was a dick with long white hair. Called it. Without a chocobo, the Midgar-Zolom probably got him. He was a man in a black cape. Looked like an a-hole. Tried to kill me. Sliced me with his big sword. For some reason, I survived. Can you explain that? Me neither. Well, go talk to my grandson. These pedestrian farm folk. I thought he was going to be like, what are you doing in my bedroom? Well, everybody else lets me in their bedroom. I don't know why it should be any different. I was hoping for some ether or a potion. Then I guess that's that. What the hell are you doing in my bedroom? Okay, yep, no, that's pretty much it. If I hadn't just spent all the cure, I probably would have. Oh, wait, how are we doing on magic? Oh, we're good on that too. All right, well, yeah, I don't think we need to stay here. But apparently we're not supposed to be chibokibing now. We need to go back to Midgar, and steal a bike. Do you want a chocobo? Bobo? No, I do not. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, you were the worst salesman ever. Does your grandpa know that you're this crap at your job? A customer says they don't want it, and instead of being like, well, now wait a minute, what's it going to take you to get into one of our fine chocobos today? What are we working with here? Is you got a budgetary restraint? You're just not really sure it's what you want? Are you looking for more chocobo power? Because, I mean, I can guarantee we could probably make it very, very, comfortable for you for five easy payments of $49.95. That's $4,995. You could own one of the best chocobos in the world. And I think, no, none of that. We just get, oh, thank God. Thank God you don't want to buy a product that we're selling. What a flippin' moron. Does he have a... Welcome. That is all. Welcome. I say nothing else. Welcome. I'd like a chocobo. Welcome. This was the worst small town experience I've ever had. Oh shit! Sorry, boss. Not trying to backseat. No. I'm willing. I'm happy to take advice and direction from anybody. Especially when I have no idea what I'm doing. I am Godzilla. Roar! I shall crush your small barn. Your chocobo are no match for me. Roar! Roar! Carnage! Roar! 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 Okay, always fun. Never gets old. All right, so we know that we can get our chocobobos here, and that Sephiroth went this way. Aside from stealing from the motorcycle enemy outside of Midgar. Oh. All right, so we got to go back down this way. Back to Midgar. Going back to Midgar to steal some motorcycles, I guess. I can tell you one other thing to steal upcoming. All right. I mean, our stealing hasn't been the best. Sometimes we are able to steal, sometimes we're not, but we'll give it a shot. Steal. Now, how do I activate the Chobobo thing? Ooh, we stole a bracelet or armlet thing. Oh wait, oh, summon. There we go. Wait, what? It costs 82 to summon one of those stupid things? Oh wait, no. Oh no, I did. Wait, what? What's going on? Death blow. Oh, there we go. What the heck? Okay, this game has a tonal problem. What did we just... So, 3 minutes ago, we've got the villain burning the Burninator, burning villages to the ground, slicing and dicing characters. This whole, like, gotta save the planet but kill the planet, all this, like, political stuff and death and destruction. And then we get Pokemon riding Pokemon and Batman Kablow. I mean, at least they leaned into it, because it looked ridiculous. I was like, wait, are they trying to sell this thing as an actual thing? And then you get that and you're going, okay, no, they're having a laugh. We're all having a laugh. I don't mind it. It is just kind of tonal, like, wait, what? Like, what kind of game am I playing here? Like, that looks like Super Mario Brothers stuff. But then half of it looks like the most emo, like, the world. Gotta save the world, man. And then you've got kaboink, kaplow, oof. Also save it in the worth. Oh no, you're absolutely right. I forgot because you can't save in the normal game except for those save points. So I keep forgetting that we can do that here. Good. Thank you for the reminders. Thank you for the reminder. God bless us, everyone. You know what I watched for the first time yesterday? Don't ask me why I did it. Yes. Was the Christmas Carol that was produced by Robert Zemeckis, which those who don't know is the one who did Back to the Future. But it's one with it was CG with Jim Carrey. I think it was a 3D thing because when you watch it, you can see there's a lot of places where we're like, oh, if this was like a 3D thing, it would look really cool. But without it, it's kind of like, eh. But it was creepy. It was terrifying. But it was cool because, unless I'm mistaken, they actually it sounded like they used dialogue from A Christmas Carol. They didn't try to like kidify it or whatever. Like he actually speaks the way it was. I imagine it sounded in Dickens' actual work. But a lot of the visuals there are creepy. It is not meant to be a fun, like, okay, yeah, he learns the error of his ways. It's nightmare fuel stuff. But anyway, it was very well done, and it kind of holds up. I think its biggest detractor is that it was done for the 3D thing. So when you watch it without it, you're like, okay, that gesture, which probably looked really cool when you see this giant finger coming at you, it just looks like a waste of time. But it was I think I've owned it for a long time, but I only watched it once. I heard it was really cool or it was really scary, so I figured I'd want to check it out. But it's got a lot of like woo kind of scary things. But Jim Carrey does a fantastic job. His voice on that. If you didn't know it was Jim Carrey, you'd be kind of like, whoa. But it's a trippy movie. Anyway, back to the action. So in a manner of speaking, I have not played Fallout. Everything distracts me. I'm just living my best life, Bacon. I'm just living my I'm under no delusion that I'm going to be able to turn around, Jackholes. Come on, there you go. Steal from there. Wait, why is that? Oh, because I have the... No? Why does it say target? I don't want it to say target. That's distracting. Do I have a setting on or something? Yoink! Got me some ether. Precious. Restore my precious. My precious ether. I love that, Bacon. He goes, it's not the worst thing to save. Saving might be a good thing to do. Not even a minute later. Save the game. If I didn't do it, the next thing. Mother... You say that in game, or I'm gonna come up there and ram my fist so far up that you ain't gonna know from your. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. I'll save the game. I'll save it. I'm gonna save the world. All right, so here we are. We're back to Midgar area. We're off the map thing. So I'm supposed to hang around here and then steal somebody's bike. Is that right? Or tricycle? These are not the enemies that I was used to. And why does it still say target? I don't want it to say target. What the hell? What the hell? I mean, I'm glad it didn't do anything, but we just got rockets shot at us. Freaking rockets. Like this is stuff that would take down RoboCop. And he's shooting it out of his ass. He's literally shooting us with rockets from their back. Like not the obvious rocket launchers in the front. Well, okay, those are guns, I guess. Like not like, okay, under the barrel of the gun, like a grenade launcher. No, the rockets are coming from their ass. Not no more, they ain't. Take this, you big Pizza garbage! Rocket ass! Alright, so what did I do that makes it say target? I thought it was me having the map up, but I don't think that's it. I'm gonna save just before I get reamed for not saving. Save down here. Yeah, I don't, did he get the hard edge? I don't think I got the hard edge. Is that a type of sword? Because if it is, I've only got one sword for Schwaaard. And it's not the hard edge. I mean, I'll wander around here for a few more minutes, but I don't want to spend too much time. Like, oh, there we go. There's one of the ridiculous things. So wait. So we're going to steal the bike, I guess. Couldn't steal anything. We'll try one more time. Okay, we stole high potion. Not the bike, but we did steal the high potion. Oh, get the target off of there. I know they're a target. Stop it. Ah, that's so annoying. No, I don't want to capture that. I don't know what I pushed to activate it, but it's sticking around. Whatever. Maybe that's just a thing that happens now that I've got a Chocobo. I've had enough of this. Eat my big fireball. Bam! The target thing is a button you can switch on and off. Right, that's what I assume, Carlos, but I have not figured out which button I use to trigger it, and then more importantly, which one I use to take it off. I've pushed every button that's on the controller, and it's still there. Maybe it's the shoulders, because I was tapping the shoulders to make my guys turn around, so I'll try that next. But yeah, sorry, Bacon, I don't know what bikes I'm supposed to steal. I don't think there's really anything in the vicinity here. Yeah, I think I was kind of on the right track before at the Chocobo, because pretty much the guy told me that's where Sephiroth went. So I guess I'm just chasing Sephiroth, and I really can't go anywhere else because I'm on an island. So I think I got to go back that way. There's really nothing for me to get here. I don't see what. I think I did it. Nope. There it is. There we go. Hey. Oh no. Oh, Latifa! Oh, he stole my ether! You bastard! You bastard! Steal it back! Steal it back, Latifa! Alright, Schwaaard, you've gotta heal Latifa. There we go. Now you gotta steal it back from this dude. Oh, he turned into a fart. Dang it. Does that just mean he gets to keep our ether? I mean, that's such crap. Like, we should be able to steal from them. They can't steal from us. That bike was it? Steal from the bike? I did! I got high potion! Like, is it actually gonna give me the bike? And do I have to ride it? The thing looks ridiculous! I don't want to be laughed at. Like, will Midgar think like, oh, look at that dude riding that ridiculous looking thing? I mean, it's crazy because before we couldn't, like, the only thing we were fighting was a ridiculous bikes, and now, okay, here we go. All right, so steal from the bike. Couldn't steal anything. You learn the missile attack with enemy skill. I'm very confused right now. I don't know. I don't know. Unless you're saying that the bike is separate from the guy that's sitting on the bike? Is that perhaps what you're saying? No, we're not going back to that hellhole. Please tell me we never have to go back to Midgard. I hate that place. It is a silly place. Come here, biker, guy. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is it. This is the one where we steal from the... Nah, never mind. Oh, damn. Schwaaard, Big Beast is almost dead. Actually, we're all almost dead. Ooh, good gravy. Let's do some healing. Nothing more than healing. Oh, wait, oh, it's doing the... No! No! What did you do? What did you do? Oh, for farking out loud, man. Ah. This janky crap of trying to select which one you're supposed to be targeting. Like, in what universe would I want to cure the bad guy? Just steal the bike. You don't understand, Bacon Pancakes. You keep killing him. Just if all I do is every round just try to steal and don't actually attack him, we're gonna die. Still can't believe that scrub took my stinking ether. Didn't get it back either. Alright. We're going to heal up a little bit because we're all kind of hurting. And apparently we're going to just... No! Stop going there, you dummy! Why do you want to go to the... If I don't click on it specifically, don't go to it. You understand? Hello, bicyclists! Bicyclists! Specific enemies? Well, I mean, I don't mind that it's an option, but the fact that it's like a... I don't know. I'm just when you see it, oh, ow. Ooh. Let's have something there. Like anytime you hear me, like it looks like I'm stalling or I don't know, like it's I'm using either the D-pad or the analog control thing, and it's like I hit the thing and you notice the finger doesn't move. I'm going whoop 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 whoop, and then it moves and then it moves and it doesn't move. The like what you want to target is not, somehow those controls are not all that great, and I don't know why. Maybe it was easier on the PlayStation controller or something, but... Alright, we got one bike. So we're going to attack the dog. Attack. See, I don't even know which one it's pointing at. Is it pointing at him or the dog or which one? Alright, steal. It's telling me I can't steal anything. I'm not understanding when you say steal the bike or steal from the bike. I'm clearly not understanding what that means. And if I am, it's clearly not happening. So this will be our last attempt at this. And then we're going to go back and do the other thing. And if I'm missing something, I'm missing something. And maybe we'll come back to it. But I don't have the patience for doing things that I don't even know why I'm doing them, and I can't even do them apparently. Yeah. And I can't not attack. I have to use magic, item, or attack, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to attack him. Sorry. You can hit triangle to swap between characters. I don't have triangle. I don't know which one that is. I can look it up. Which, well, maybe. Oh, let me look it up. I don't know if it will. Is there a control configuration? Nope, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't know what triangle is. I'm playing on Switch, so I don't have a PlayStation controller. We can go ahead and save this, I guess. We didn't do anything, but we at least we'll save the little bit that we've done. Oh, we got to heal again. Those things really do take it out of you. I mean, they're okay for now. All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to get on with it. And if I miss stuff, I miss it. I mean, that is just the way it is, unfortunately. Oh, for crying the heck out loud. Like, I'm not gonna purposely miss something, but if I missed a weapon or something, I mean, the game, that's... I don't know that I'm, like, going to spend... Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to explore. Like, the game doesn't make any sense to me. I'll just put it that way. The game makes zero sense to me. Most of what we're doing doesn't make sense. So, the last thing I'm going to think is, well, hey, how can I get something that I don't even know exists? And I don't want to go back to Midgar, because that place is a hellhole. A very mundane, monotonous hellhole. The selection has always been janky? Okay. Then it is not just a PlayStation conversion. It's apparently always been that way. Good to know. Good to know. So keep swapping until you can steal. Yeah, I tried to steal. It didn't happen. I don't want to spend hours trying to steal. I don't even know. Yeah. Sorry, man. I mean, I appreciate the guidance. If I don't know what I'm doing, why, and it's not doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, I just don't have the patience to keep doing stuff. Especially because, like, as much as I appreciate if I get stuck and somebody's like, oh, hey, try checking this, or hey, trying to hit this thing, like, I can do that. But if the game itself does not in any way indicate that I should do something, then I don't feel that it's right for me to infer that. Like, if I'm operating with a otherworldly thing, so like being able to steal that, to me, that's not intuitive. I don't think I can steal a vehicle that some creature is riding. That makes no sense. The fact that I can do that when the game doesn't give me any indication of that, I feel like I shouldn't be operating on that knowledge anyway. So, in other words, I don't want to give the game more credit than it deserves in terms of what's there for you to do. If the game can't figure out a way to communicate, here's options, here's something you can do or should be able to do or whatever else, then it wouldn't make sense for me to just be like randomly doing stuff and like, oh, that's cool, I can do that. But now, oh, there's the cave. There's the cave. Oh, and there's a snake thing. Oh, that looks bad. That looks really bad. Oh, we're just about to die here, aren't we? Oh, we are dying. Yeah, we're dead. Cool. Yeah, we're not going to live through this. Good thing we saved! Thank you, bacon. Saved our bacon. Alright, so this was a waste of time. Clearly, we're not supposed to go this way either. No, well, actually, Tifa can't die. She gets sliced with a sword and she's fine. There's no way she's not going to survive this. Oh, wait. Never mind. All right. Well, so we had like a 2 hours of exposition dump, and the moment we actually go to do something, we don't really know where we're going. No clear direction on that. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's get out of here. Quit. And then we get wrecked by a monster. So we're apparently not supposed... Oh, no, never mind. Now that part is at least coming back to me. That's the big 30-foot worm thing. If we're not on a chocobo thing, we're going to die. So we got to go back to the farm. We got to get a chocobo, whatever it's called. And otherwise, it's instant death. Okay, so that at least, that's fair. That's fair. That was my bad. I forgot about the chocobo deal. That's on me. All right. Tell you what, we are gonna do this until it gets done. We're just gonna do it until it gets done. And if we're here for 6 hours before we finally get to steal from the bike guy, then so be it. We're just gonna... And now we can't even fight the stupid thing. Like, that was the only enemy we could fight as soon as we got out of Midgard the first time. Now we're getting nothing but this crap. These freaking rocket ass shooting dudes. Where are you, bicyclist guys? Where are you? Hello? There we go. Steal. I'm trying to triangle. Oh, there we go. Steal. Okay, high potion. That can't be what we're doing here, right? Steal. Now it's not letting me change it. Oh, there we go. Barrett's weapon is stolen from bike. Tifa's is stolen from someone in the mithril mine. Maybe chat can help. Yeah, I don't, I mean, maybe it's a specific bike? Yeah, I'm just gonna end it. And if you know what, and if I can't beat the game without that awesome gun, then I'll just have to. I'll just have to call it. The playthrough is gonna be long enough without Without all that kind of stuff. Oh, boy. Actually, we're okay on energy. We got to go back to our Chocobo. Our Kokobo stuff. Alright, we want to steal from these guys, though, because they're trying to steal from us. No! Come on! Alright, we got our ether back, but now they got Ghost Hand. Even if you try only good, if you are going to keep him in your party the whole time, you don't need to do that. You will get all kinds of weapons later on. Gotta call my sister back. Alright, Bacon. Sounds good. Yeah, family first. Well, if you're leaving, might as well save. Yes! Might as well save. Right, exactly. Yep. Nope, you're right. Get used to it's good habit to get used to. Never gonna regret saving. It's not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I could have saved 3 seconds in my run if I just hadn't saved so much. Wait, no, that's not. Yeah, it's up here. So is Barrett not going to be a staple? I'm sorry, not Barrett. Big Beezy. Is Big Beezy not going to be a staple? Well, I'm guessing there's going to be some times where I want Anubis, maybe, or even Zelda. Yeah, my machine gun's better than yours, even though it's like half your size. And you missed! How do you miss? You must be run by our current day AI. Alright, we need to do some heals here. Again. We're not going to waste it. I think we'll be alright. Go and do the Chocobo farm. Come on. Move those little legs, Cloud. Move those little legs. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there one day. Huh. Almost. I can see it. I can see the farm. We're almost there. No! 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 It's the ostriches from hell. It's the biker edgelord ostriches. Maybe we can steal something from them. Eh. Never mind. I forgot she was the steely one. Ooh. Bird kick? Not the dreaded bird kick. How about the bird bullet? Goodbye. Saving. At last! Ah, the farm! The wonderful farm! Now, sir, I am coming to take your Chocobo. I hope you do not cry into your... Oh wait, can I go in that door? Nope. You want a chocobo? Hell yes I do. Give me one. What? First of all, he called us old folks, which is dick move number 1. Exactly. Thank you, Schwaaard. Thank you for standing up for the party. Old folks? We're all out of chocobos. I'm taking care of the ones out there for someone else. You know, if you really want a chocobo, you should go out and catch one. Or maybe I should just rip your freaking head off and take it for myself. Want to know how to catch a chocobo? This is not fishing, you moron. This is not teach me how to catch a chocobo and I shall have chocobos for the rest of my life. I want to freaking rent a chocobo. You do not do this for me. Your grandfather said I could get one from you. So you take it up with him or I'm going to kill you. For crying out loud, I don't have an option. Where are they? Well, you see those claw prints out there? Wild chocobos will appear in those areas, but if you don't have chocobo lure, they won't come out. They're always very cautious by nature. Chocobo's lure is a type of materia which attracts chocobos. If you equip this, they'll come to you, but without it, they won't appear. Want to know how to catch a chocobo? With monsters, but you won't be able to catch it because of the monsters. That's why you must defeat the monsters first before you catch the chocobo. And then? Wild chocobo is really cautious. They'll run away from the smallest things, but if you use greens, they'll focus on them and won't run away. Want to know how to catch chocobo? Whatever you do, don't make chocobos angry. They're usually calm, but you get them angry, you'll get hurt. Oh, and remember, once you get off chocobo, it'll escape. These things sound like a big pain in the ass. I'm not entirely happy that this there. Can't we just rent a car? Yeah. Alright, so none of this sounds good. Wow, what a freaking racket this is. 2,000 gil for this? And it's mandatory. It's mandatory for the next part of the game. We can't go into the cave without it. We can't go anywhere without it. He's got us by the groin right now. You want to buy it? I know you have to, so I can charge whatever I want. You know what? We're going to play hard to get. If you don't have it, you'll never catch one. Ah, you are the person I want to kill the most. I so want to just throw your head in one of these buckets, and your body is somewhere over here. Feed it to the chocobos. You grimy little maggot. Thanks! I'm an ass! It wouldn't hurt to buy some greens either. Cost you another 10,000. Great, so we can get the... So obviously the most expensive stuff is gonna get us there. I'm not gonna go with the most expensive. Lurking. That works, Bacon, that works. Just talking to my sister. With the PHS, you can swap party members at any time and find which ones you like to keep. Use your enemy skill. When I played, I didn't use Tifa or Barrett. Oh, no kidding. Now, see, that's the thing. So it says use your enemy skill, but like, so it's not passive. It's not actually... Oh, I guess yeah. Is that magic, I guess? I gotta remember who has that. We're just gonna try one of these and one of these. I don't know how this is gonna work yet. We can't sell the Gatling gun. Can't sell the Loco weed. We should be able to sell the crappy bronze bangle. And Peacemaker. Well, see, that's a long range up. It doesn't tell you who you can equip it to. But I'm pretty sure it's nobody we have with us. Alright, so we've got greens and a very, very rudimentary understanding of what that crap we're supposed to do with them. We follow the footprints, and in theory we're going to battle some people, and I mean, you've got a whole bunch... Man, what an a-hole. He's got a crap ton of them there. Oh, no, you can't have any of those. So, yes, we got a bunch of... But we can't take them too far because, I mean, they're right here. But if we go too far over there, we're just going to get killed by the damn, the worm. Don't want to be killed by the worm. Like, this is all we have to go on. Go where the footprints are. And there's no chocobos. Just a bunch of little weeds. Alright, so is it Big Beezy that has... He does not. So we should go attack. Does she have it? She does not. Where's attack? So I guess Schwaaard has it? Magic. Cure Fire Ice. Yeah, I don't have that. What's E skill? Is E skill the learn skill? Nope, I don't... Yeah, I don't even know how to use the... maybe I don't have it equipped. I'm gonna be generous to the game and pretend I don't have it equipped, and that it's not something that they also failed to explain what the hell you're supposed to do with. So let's see. Materia, Schwaaard. I have enemy skill equipped. So how the hell do I use it? It didn't give me an option to use it, so how do I know if I'm actually using it or not? E skill. Scroll down. Okay, good to know. So it is passive. It is passive. Okay, that's good to know. So that is... Alright, so then I just didn't scroll down enough to find the skill that I happen to know. Alright, so it's good for... I'm guessing it's good for Schwaaard to have it, because I'm guessing he's going to be the target of a lot of the attacks, so it's good for it to be on him. But you said you didn't use Tifa or Barret. How can you not use Tifa? My waifu! I mean, she's no Casta, but she's... Well, she's also... Right now, she's got the big chin thing. Her mouth should be notched down like 1 or 2. Doot, doot, doot. Not too far, because then it makes it look like she's going, ooh. Okay. But you want it to be a little bit... She's got a very... Look like she's doing this. You don't want that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. What am I doing? I've got the materia done. I do want to heal, so we're going to have to do that really quick. Alright, so now we just have to like walk around in circles, I guess, until we come across a chocobo at some point. These are not chocobos. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Matra Magic. I don't know what this is. Let's... Oh, you're right. You're right. We got the... Wow. I gotta remember that one. We got the rockets out of the butt magic. That's cool. I mean, it looks even worse coming out of a human, but I'm down. I'm down with it. That's a cool one to know. Alright, what are the odds that we can actually sneak past that snaky thing? Because, I mean, I know I've got the attention span of a titmouse, but I'm like, seriously, how much longer do I have to wander around waiting for a chocobo to just appear during a random boss fight, or a random fight? Like, this is annoying. Alright, we'll go with, no, wait. Oh, wait, what do I not, I only have it, wait, no, that's Latifa, never mind. Let's try to steal something, why not? Alright, E-skill, rockets, is that not the only one I have? I've only been attacked by one thing? That's a really cool, I like that attack, that is my favorite. Partially because it is a mass effect. You can't make it walk only on the chocobo footprints. I can't make it. Okay, well. Oh, I do love RNG in my video games. Ah! Which I guess you really can't complain about in a game like this where your ability to hit is RNG. I mean, it's stat-based, but it's a dice roll. If you hit, it's a dice roll, and how much damage you do is a dice roll. So I guess I can't complain too much when I have to just wander around until... Nope, turn around, guys. Turn around. Never mind. Don't worry about turning around. Just, you know, face the wrong way for a while. It's cool. Equipped Chocobo lure materia. Oh, right. Good call. Good reminder, Carla. Thank you. Yep. Alright. Save. Well, first we're going to equip our... Leave the all and restore there. I mean, that's a cool one, but we don't need that at the moment. We're just going to swap one Chocobo for another Chocobo. And we'll do... Well... Alright. So now that we've got the lure dangling from our whatevers... Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go! We got a sighting. And they changed the music now. This is like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Never mind. Well, yeah, it's kind of still has that vibe. Man, this thing's a tank. A ridiculous bubble-blowing tank. No! I didn't tell you to shoot that thing! Oh my gosh. Inu, I'm back. Sorry for the abrupt leave. Don't worry about it, Inu. Everybody leaves me. Everybody leaves me. I can't blame them. I am playing the biggest cluck of my life right now. Yeah, we'll save, I guess. But welcome back, sir. Welcome back. We are just, yeah, living the dream, buddy. Living the dream. Throw the greens you bought ASAP to keep the Chocobo. What? Wait, what? Oh wait, I don't. They're not even here, so it doesn't matter. No, just fight the damn thing, please. Stop it! Oh, this interface, man. I tell you what. Partly your fault, though, for talking too much about IO. Had to puke. I only mentioned him like twice. Sorry, I forgot it's your mortal enemy. I'll refrain in the future. I gotta heal everybody up because we just keep getting wrecked by every gosh darn thing in the game. Walking around the Chocobo Prince, 'cause we're kinda stuck right now. We can't do a gosh darn thing until we have a row. And we know there's no Chocobo here because the music didn't change. So we have to... Oh my gosh! Might call it at the 4-hour mark. This has been a little bit of a grind, this particular part of the game. I thought we were in the clear after we got out of that dump city, but this is actually just about as painful. We have one path forward, and we have to rely heavily on RNG, and yeah, it's painful. RPG's not my thing either. I feel your pain, Schwaaard. Thanks, Carlos. Yeah, I thought. I mean, like Mario RPG is great. I don't know why. Like and that gave me the idea that RPGs are all this way. But if they're all like this, yeah, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna go too far with the RPG genre. Like I have Secret of Mana as well. Like apparently they did a slight remake of that. Maybe that's not as Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy, man, I just not. It's not growing on me. It's doing the opposite. Unfortunately. It sucks. Like almost exclusively, the games that I gravitate towards, people aren't really interested in seeing, and the games that people do love, I cannot stand. And I don't know what it is. Just it's an unfortunate. But like it's kind of like Underhill. We were talking the other day, and it was like, he's like, I'll just make I want to make the you just got to make the thing that you want, and then okay, well you have a Chocobo now. And so it's like, I can either do what I want to do and nobody cares, or I can do things that other people like to do, but it's... Oh, maybe won't make it till 4. Do you like Fortnite? I have not been interested enough to try Fortnite. But no, I don't think so. I like first-person shooters, so if it's a first-person shooter, that gets me kind of there. But the amount of like meme nonsense that I see with it, I just don't. It just looks. I don't know. I don't. Ugh. Like I said, it doesn't. Like I look at it and go, it's just not something I think I would like. Maybe I would. Maybe I would like it, but I have zero interest in trying. All right, so apparently I've got to do item. And not grab the ball. What is it called? That. Oh. All right, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'll have to come back to this when I've gained a little more patience. This is absolute horseshit. Oh, and when the horseshit word comes out, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, no, just don't got it. Just don't got it. I love the Ratchet and Clank series, but nobody cares about those games. Yeah. Oh, that is a correct answer. Thank you, Inu. I'm glad it is. I got it right, because I didn't know. I was like, oh man, I hope Inu's not a huge fan. If he is, well, I mean, I got to be honest. I got to keep it real. But yeah, this is innate. Who thought this was a good idea? This whole like randomly hopefully get it there, and then you got to feed the damn thing. Like, this is the most janky bit of jump through your ass to do something, and it's not mechanically sound, especially when your character automatically targets the next thing in line if you... I just don't know. I like Ratchet and Clank. Oh, interesting. Okay, there you go, Carlos. You got at least one person. I'm not against it necessarily. I've just never played it, and I don't know too much about it. But yeah, and to be fair, I don't know. Like, I've seen channels that have views on certain videos that, you know, I guess it depends on the person or how good they're at playing it or something. But even this one, like, people love this one. It maxes out about 33 views. So there are people that like it, but it's a very small group of people, at least in the circle that I'm in. So even then, it's not like, well, I'm getting 10,000 views on the Final Fantasy videos, so I should keep it up. It's like, well, it's about as low as I get aside from Borderlands. And it just doesn't... Now I don't understand, why aren't they attacking now? Because every time I play this game, if I don't attack, they can still be attacking me. I was kind of waiting for them to just kill me off, but I guess it ain't gonna happen. He knew we can be friends. Yay! Oh yeah. Well, yeah, apparently these little things aren't going to attack, but we're done. We're not engaging with this anymore. Like I said, it's kind of like that one game we did, the what is it? The beat 'em up. I can't remember. It's called Fight and Rage or something. It's like I was able to that game screwed me over enough where it took a week. It may be a few days before I go back to this. I thought, well, no, because we have Monday is going to be retro. Like Nintendo retro. So Monday is Jackal and maybe something else Nintendo wise. And I think I'm stuck playing this on Tuesday. Maybe I'll bump it back because we've hit a slog. This is so Skyrim board game time? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can do that on stream though, but yeah. So thank you folks for hanging around. Carlos, thank you very much for the advice as well. Bacon, I appreciate you, man. I know you're lurking. I know you're hanging out with your sister. That's good stuff. But Carlos, thank you for the guidance that has got me thus far. Thank you everybody who's been watching, kind of keeping up, and just kind of dealing with my non-RPG sensibilities. It's not going to go away. We'll come back to it, but yeah, this kind of stuff is what sucks the fun out of games for me. If I don't have to play, I'm like, I'm doing it for fun. If I'm not having fun, I'll come back to it when I've forgotten how unfun it is, and maybe we'll get lucky and get through this next part of it without... I mean, this is so stupid. Oh, you gotta feed the Kokobo, and you gotta summon it using a certain materia, then you gotta feed it, and then you gotta ride it, and as soon as you get off, it goes away. Because I can't sell it to you because I'm a dick. And we can't even kill him. We can't even kill him and raise the farm and steal the chocobos. Like, that's not an RPG to me. If I can't kill annoying NPCs, then it's not worth it, you know? Hit me up on the Discord for what we can do with collab. Oh, will do, Carlos. Oh, that's right. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and just be keeping an eye out or thought out, and I'll be looking as well for collab stuff. Or like I said, it can even be things that we just do individually on the channels, but that are kind of a thing. Like, you know, you could put in the thumbnail, you know, me versus Carlos or me versus whoever I'll put your actual name in there. But we can actually, like I said, if we can't co-op on something, we can do some goofy little competition type thing. But yeah, man, yeah. I will get you with you on that. Yeah, all right. And that'll conclude here for now. I will talk to you all soon. You take care for now.